away we go. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Barn Burner here in our palatial studios.
I met a guy for breakfast and he thought he was in. Everything's shut down. He said it's like being in Gaza.
Yeah, there is a bit of a war-torn feel to the neighborhood these days.
It's like Sarajevo, just bullet shell holes everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, it's a presentation of Bet365. This thing we do here. We appreciate Bet365. Be doing some business these days. Stanley Cup playoffs are on. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And donations that come in during the course of the show will be directed right. There's no filtering. There's no I'll take a little taste and I'll take a little
for me, a little for you.
Youth Centers of Calgary. Straight there. Mm-hmm. Interesting pre-show. Rhett's tired. You had too much breakfast.
Shouldn't eat breakfast. Don't eat breakfast. Love breakfast. When I do eat breakfast, instantly fall asleep.
That is the weirdest thing for you because I've known you for a long time. You love breakfast.
Love breakfast.
Yeah, he loves a good breakfast sandwich.
So then you go for spells where you don't eat breakfast.
98% of the time, don't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Can we see your T-shirt?
I was going to say, can we go full screen on retro just to kind of get?
I thought you'd like that.
I love it. It's great.
Oh, careful. So we've got a deer.
That's awesome.
With its tongue hanging out.
Uncle Mike from Scottsdale got me that. Thanks, Mike.
I got a cool shirt today too, right?
No, you don't. It's a Steelers piece of.
It's not.
Show me.
He's got some Calgary Stampeder wear. Look at
kind of cool.
Look at the
retro
look at the cowboy.
Look at that. That'd be great
nice
If we had a camera.
We need the jack cam. What's the update on the jack cam?
The jack cam.
Talking
Like
with
the
jack
cam
cam
you just
I saw
showed
the
the guy
jack
in
cam,
Scottsdale. That was the jack cam.
Oh,
Like,
Commodore, upgrade your living.
what kind of hovel are you living in, Mike?
yeah. How many
Guys giving it a tug poolside. Clean it up, dude.
Subtle.
Yeah,
Subtle.
Real subtle.
Jeez.
Real subtle. Not those statements, but opening statements. Our presentation again of McLeod Law. Shane King, litigator of the year.
Lottie.
Litigation and dispute resolution. So is that just like when we get into it here on what to do with Rasmus Anderson, do we bring in Shane?
Maybe if we had like some contractual paper that we were violating.
I see.
Like you were Rasmus and you had a no trade, and I'm like, I'm Connie. I'm like, I'm trading you anyway, you jerk. Wow, now we got to resolve this.
Like Vegas with
Yes.
Dadonov?
Or maybe it was Ottawa with Dad.
Right, yeah.
Lose your first rounder over that.
Shane King would have been big then.
Would have helped.
He'd have been
bunch.
big there. Awesome. Yeah. So Rhett had breakfast.
And the guy by the pool might need a lick.
Yeah. He probably should need
He
a
should
lawyer.
just move out and go away.
Yeah, somebody should.
I don't know if you could fight that one. Shane.
You miss golfing? You said what
What?
you said? You want to golf?
No, I said, are you golfing?
You said this year you're going to get good.
This
Dean.
is your year.
Not just. I'm going to be good at it this year.
It's a really hard sport to be good at.
Is it?
Oh God, it's the worst.
You're the one that went to practice at the screens that you.
That's why it was
started-
such
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fraud, because it actually feels
not
like
gonna
you
help
could
my
be
game.
good.
Yeah.
Felt like you could actually be good on a
I'm
salmon.
so good at
You
this.
can't be good at golf.
Yeah.
You know who's golfing is Weimer and all those clowns. There's a big boys trip out in Kimberley. So if you're in
Really?
Kimberley, look out.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Lock up your whatevers out in Kimberly because they're coming.
Lock up your VLTs at
Yeah.
9 p.m.
Your smoked meat because they're headed your way. Yeah, golf is a weird one. It's interesting that when you think about it, all the way down there, there's a little hole about this big.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this little
But your
ball.
eyes are getting worse, so it's
It's like, how are you going to?
How in the world can you do that? In
I'll do it in about 3 or 4 shots. You're crazy. It's maybe the most amazing sport on the planet.
It's the Canadian Open right now, and we're going to show a highlight from today's first round action.
Ooh, unexpected.
If you were hundreds of yards away, you would think it would take many attempts to get in the hole. We'll show you an update from Canadian today.
Very nice. So it's kind of flying in the face of my philosophy that it would take a long time.
I think you're correct for the vast majority of humans, but for 0.0001%, they can make the sport look easy.
Got it. Yeah. Have you golfed yet this year?
No, goodness, no.
No.
It takes time and
Good
money
shoulders.
and energy and a
What about
body
you,
that
Jack?
can
You a
perform.
golfer? Like, do you enjoy the game?
I'm anti-golf.
Are
We
you?
went over
Yeah.
this a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
All my buddies golf. It's a waste of time. I
It
don't like
does
it.
eat the
It's
whole
harsh.
day. I'll tell you that.
It's a long day. It's expensive.
He's
And I'm not very good.
He's single.
And it's not like you can read a book and get better. Like sometimes you can just study up and I'm smarter at this.
Okay.
I'm better at this than I was before I took this course.
Takes a long time.
You gotta
I
go.
don't know. Maybe something. Sorry, I'm cutting you off
No.
there, but maybe you're wrong. Maybe you got to be just like that, loose. Don't put anything into it.
No, it's a game.
Don't
of reps.
overthink it. You're overthinking it, Dean.
Okay. Can AI help with my golf game?
Oh, for sure. You just get a robot and have it hit for you. It's
Yeah.
your AI agent. This is me.
Anything that's got a computer is now AI. Just for anyone following on the show.
Is that what it is?
Robot
After
is
I had
AI.
to drive to
Get a
medicine. You
robot.
want to hear about crazy? I went down the rabbit hole yesterday on the way to Medicine Hat. Woo!
How are things in the hat? Is it hot?
Hot
in the hat?
and dry.
Arid in the hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feels like desert. I think it is.
Big news. Caden Lindstrom's confirmed he is going to Michigan State next year.
Oh
Is that
no!
confirmed? Because I could have told you that.
Well, everyone seemed to know it, but there were people holding out hope that no. And it's like, no, he
It's a
confirmed
good spot for that kid because he's got the bad back. He's going to
Yeah.
have more time to work out and focus on.
it. And he's a
he had-
Columbus draft pick. It's right there.
I don't think
Nearby.
that has that all to do with it, but
Well, it's just
Could go.
under their
Is there a
watchful
school in
eyes.
Ohio that he
Miami.
Could have gone to Ohio State or
Could've gone to
Miami.
Ohio
Ohio.
State.
Call David Nice. Know all these people.
Is that the
So
Penguins coach?
It's
news.
Dan the man.
that's
Yeah.
Doug.
Doug, Dan, Doug.
Don't do it. Don't do it. What am I going to have for supper this weekend? I'm thinking
Yeah,
of prime
I saw
rib.
you load that
What-
up too, Dean.
what-
Settle down.
What about what? Have you had that elote,
No.
the Mexican corn dish?
No.
You'd like that.
Would
think.
I?
Yeah.
I don't
Jack,
know.
Look it
This-
up, would you? Have you had it?
Vegetables and fruit in him.
It's
don't.
not really a vegetable.
Elote?
Corn doesn't digest anyway. So
It's kinda like
Rain makes
celery.
corn.
Corn
What's,
Corn
makes,
makes
uh,
whiskey.
what's it called, Reg?
Elote.
Oh yeah, you could spell
Yeah, he's good.
Elote?
ELOITTE something, and then just put Mexican dish behind it because it's a Mexican and it's delicious.
It's not a little, it's a latte. That
Mm.
would be Jack.
Yeah.
Well, how much is a latte?
Are you just getting that latte delivered? How much is the? Yeah.
We were talking.
I had
about
a
that
funny
too.
one yesterday.
Go ahead.
Kind of like that. You know, if you everyone's got ADHD.
Uh-huh.
My kids have IADH.
IATH.
IADH.
Yeah.
I
They were diagnosed the other day.
okay.
I'm a dickhead. Is what they have.
I got one kid with that.
He caught that too. It's going around.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be contagious. The other one's fine.
It'll get you.
You know what? I want to send it, and I'm trying to think. He probably doesn't want people talking about our buddy Greg Keller.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bonton Meat Market,
Birthday coming up.
the best. No, he's going to he's getting some work done.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going in to get a little some body work done.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to just sit around for like 6 weeks.
Oh,
the
perfect.
shits. For July and August,
Oh man.
you're just gonna be having to hang around.
He might just stay in that Stampeders parking lot and tailgate the whole summer
It's a
there.
bugger.
Stay in his RV.
Poor Greg.
We love you, Greg.
We love you, Greg.
And we should have guessed that you would be the man to know where the Stampeders played.
Yes.
originally.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about it. So 80 because it's the 80th birthday party coming up. 80 years ago. Where did they play? Did they play? They
Man, it's old, but
they
not
played
that
here.
old.
Miwata Stadium, which is
the
ripping-
corn dish that Rhett recommended 10
Yeah, goes, you could
2 minutes ago.
Elote Stadium.
Yeah. Delicious.
see. Greg
That's
had,
where Millennium Park is.
Greg had
which
season
is now going to
tickets
be the
then?
new Cowboys Park.
Let's go.
If you're coming into downtown on Bow Trail, right
Yeah.
at 11th
This is
Street.
downtown stuff, Ryan. We're not up to
I'm
date
sorry.
with this hip hop. Yes.
Is that downtown?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's north of the train tracks. Technically, you could call it West Village.
Because yeah, there's all these. So there's
Yeah, but if you're coming from
Beltline
the
and there's
east,
downtown and
It's clear sailing.
That's right. Come through the east, you got to come.
Oh,
through downtown.
yeah. Hardly see anything, and that's BS, by the way. Because I saw
It's 100%.
Saw you
BS.
drive away yesterday. Yeah, you know.
Mm.
I tried to come from the east today, and I had to go left and right and left and south and north and backwards.
Yeah.
And so you're full of
It's a bunch of horse shirt.
Mhm.
You're a liar, Mr.
I'm not
Lindegaard.
buying what you're selling there.
Liar.
Jack, did you find it?
Elote.
I got distracted. I'm looking up the
okay.
Stamp Stadium now. They've been in McMahon since 1960.
Mick McMahon.
Mick McMahon.
He's a wrestler.
I love Mick McMahon.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Was that
Old
Vince's guy?
Sacco.
Mick McMahon.
Mick McMahon.
Big Bad.
Yeah.
Big Bad Data.
What year was Big Bad erected?
Isn't there a McMahon that's in the Trump administration?
That's
Linda.
Linda,
Yeah, what's she do?
Well, it's Vince's
wife.
wife. I don't know.
She
if
was
they're-
she's running something in education, and then so she'd be clearly been prepped on what to say, and she's like, "We need all our kids to be up to speed on A1 practices." It was AI. She was reading it wrong. A1 stand. A1's gonna A1.
I love
That's AI.
I'll tell you, I did that steak sauce the other day.
Yes.
And it called for A1, but I don't have A1. I don't buy shitty steak sauce.
Oh, careful.
I'm not. In Canada, it's shitty. In the States, A1's good.
different mix.
It's different blend.
Okay. Good
There's
to
more
know.
poison and stuff in the States.
Good.
It's much tastier.
Because we're avoiding the topic and looking to stretch the.
Yes.
I'm going to call my buddy right now.
Is it beef?
Beef?
Yep.
Is beef your best bud? I don't know.
You know,
that-
he's a long time. Yeah.
I don't know that
I
I,
don't
hear
s-
about a pal more than I hear about beef.
I
friend of
don't
the show.
see him.
Yeah, but you're pals. It's fine.
You know, he's although it's 10. What time is it in Manitoba? I don't know if he'll be awake yet.
It's 11:15. What are you talking
Bit
about?
of a night owl. We'll see.
I hope he just answers with some cuss or something dirty. What's up?
I hope he doesn't answer. It means he's sleeping.
Imagine him in bed at 11:15.
He's a night owl.
I am too, but I still get up.
He loves A1.
Really?
Yeah, he's not.
Hi, this is
All right.
Hi, listen.
hello there.
Please leave a message out for the beef. Hi, all.
No, when I started in radio, Get to Brandon, he was working on the FM side. I got a job on the AM side. So we were just working the same shift. Yeah, Dino. You get the call on the local line. It's like, yeah, I'm getting some wheel brought in. Some pepperoni onion. What do you want on
Pep
it?
onion.
I'm getting
What do
some, gonna order some wheel. So yeah,
you- He was the sales guy, I guess.
no, on air.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on air
He's a
guy.
sales guy.
He's very much an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah. he's-
So when I worked at Fort St. John, there was an old guy with a real greasy long mullet. And he was like, come on down to the Condell. It's a great steak. It's a fucking strip club. It's not a steakhouse.
Yeah.
The Condell, the world famous steak. I'll be voicing these ones, boys.
He'll be very upset that he didn't answer his phone because he's usually always on his phone. He's like, when are you getting me on that? Like, what the fuck, Dino? When am I coming on the show? Like, you guys talk all the shit you guys
He's on
talk.
Twitter. He's like, I can come on the show and tell you about it.
Like, let's go. What the fuck?
Well, the guy I had breakfast with today had HP on his eggs.
I've seen that. It's a bold move.
And what does it stand for? House of
Parliament.
Parliament?
Because we're part of the
So fancy.
Commonwealth. We're big.
So fancy.
So HP and A1.
Now, you've been in the grocery stores. So I'm going to throw this in there with your HP
I've been,
A1.
yeah.
Because I've already said A1 Canada, bleh, A1 America, really good. HP Canada, HP UK. Anyone know if there's a difference?
I don't know
Because
if
I've
there's a
seen
difference.
the English portion of the grocery store with the HP, and I've always wondered.
I haven't done much grocery shopping in the UK, got to be honest.
I'll tell you this,
Their
and I
eggs are on
can
the shelf.
confirm. Corn Pops in Canada, far inferior to the Corn Pops.
Well, there's
In the
spheres here and
US.
they're ovals there. Isn't
They're
that right?
there, it's just kind of randomish.
Yeah, different shapes.
Yeah, it's just
Shapes
kind
we
of,
Yeah, they put more poison.
and
in it
here
to
it's
make it better.
they're rounds and kind of with a crumble, almost like
Yeah,
crummy.
yeah.
There's no crummy. It's very much like a sealed vessel down there.
All right.
We should do it.
What do we-
I don't eat it, but we should do a cereal bracket.
Ooh,
Well, you don't eat cereal. That'd be no fun.
I don't either.
What an experience to have a sommelier like tasting apparatus bring on this newfound food.
Okay.
Sensing Rhett's very confident with his taste buds.
Oh, yeah.
How many do you need? Are we doing
We're
16?
doing the bracket. You're telling me that there's not 16?
Oh, there is. I'm just because you're going to have your cornflakes, your Rice Krispies, the non-sugar variety. Then you're going to have very sugary Frosted Flakes.
Got your Toucan Sam, your Count
Fruit
Chocula. They got to
Loops.
weigh in. Yeah.
Yeah. Fruit Loops, I feel, would be
Stupid
big.
Tricks Rabbit.
Lucky Charms.
Cheerios.
What about the Golden O? I like that one. I've had that.
Gold, no, isn't that just the
Isn't that
Cinnamon
Honey Nut
Toast
Cheerios?
Crunch. No, it's different.
Oh, the CTC, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I
We did
also
this.
like.
we did
I
this during
used
the-
to think it was healthy to have vanilla like milk and what was it? That
Vanilla milk.
nature that
soy.
no, it might have been vanilla soy milk, and then the granola one. That's really good. I liked that one. I'm
Yeah,
gonna find
Right.
it.
Is that the workout one? Like
You a
Vector or
cereal
whatever?
guy, Jack?
Not really anymore. I can't remember the last time I had cereal.
Well, you're much more mature.
Much
now.
more
you're real
mature.
grown up.
I really like the Cocoa Puffs. Those
Yeah.
were amazing.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Going cuckoo
Cuckoo.
for sure. What about Captain Crunch?
Yum.
Crushes the roof of your mouth. I can't eat it.
You'll be walking the plank.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I can't do the dairy.
Look, there's lots of
Really
these
not
brackets.
people.
Oh, I
out
can't.
there
There's so
already.
much I can't do anymore. Can't do it. No can do. Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Honey bunches of oats.
Before, not to give things away, an interview coming up. It'd be tough to pull off here's a couple clips and then we're going to talk to them. You know,
We'll pull back the curtain just
Yeah.
for you today.
we had a conversation earlier this morning with former friend, still a friend, maybe future friend.
Former friend.
Yeah.
Just a friend.
Great guy. Dave Dickinson, head coach, GM of the Calgary Stampeders. Their season kicks off this weekend against the Hamiltonians.
Bo Levi.
Those tigery cats out of Hamilton will be here to kick things off for the Stamps. They've got, what was it? I was looking this morning. It's home heavy to start, road heavy to finish. So
Okay.
get some wins, fellas.
Get it going.
By week 5, they'll have a bye week and 3 home games done.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Get at
then
it.
4 of their last 5 are on the road. So
Well,
it'd be nice to.
we're what, a month away from the Stampede Bowl? I know they put a ton of effort into making
Yeah.
that a big one. That's going to be a lot of fun. They've already announced some musical acts and
Yeah.
ticket sales apparently moving nicely.
Brett Michaels.
Sure.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Nothing but a good no. So Saturday, 5 p.m., Hamilton, the 80th birthday party. Bunch of alumni will be in town to help celebrate.
Flutie, Lewis,
That's right.
Copeland, Singleton.
Illuminati.
There will be some Illuminati for sure. Yeah, for sure there will be. This, and we talk about it with Dave. Last year, for the first time since 2014, I believe it is, or 2004, I
That
guess
makes
it
more
is.
sense,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's literally like 20 years since they missed the playoffs.
That's wild.
5, 12, and 1. They overhauled everything. Coaches out, players out.
Quarterback,
Out.
basically.
All the quarterbacks are new.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, I was watching. Dave had a interview. I don't really know who the starters are going to be. You play 2 preseason games. One they snot bobbled Edmonton, so they don't know who. Hey, we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, they made sweeping changes. One of them will be at quarterback.
Mm.
Vernon Adams Jr. is the new starter that we asked Dave about.
So tell us about the Vernon Adams acquisition. How did it come to be? We obviously see Rourke show up there, and you're like, okay, how many chefs do they need in the kitchen? They also go over the cap that gets you another pick. Thank you, BC. But how long have you been trying to acquire, and what have you seen since he's gotten into town?
We knew we were making a change at quarterback, so that was going to be an obvious thing there. We wanted it to be VA. We weren't exactly sure. BC still had the cards; they could have traded them to anybody, really. So we thought we made a pretty good deal. We didn't even give up a first rounder for a guy that I think was potentially midway through the season the lead horse for the MOP. I've liked Vernon for a long time. I've wanted to work with him. When he's going, he's right up there with anybody. He can run, he can pass, he's tough, he's crafty, he has energy, he has leadership. Guys gravitate towards him, and when he's going, I believe he's as good as anybody.
Exciting quarterback. It helps when you don't need to shovel dirt on Jake Mayer, but
I didn't need to, but I did last year. I'm excited for the new guy.
Jake Mayer was not.
It's just when you're this franchise and it's like you look back through the ages and it's like Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, went to the NFL to try it, went to the NFL, stuck, went to the NFL, gave it a try. Like, and then you have a guy who's probably just okay. It just doesn't fit. This franchise rolls through top-notch Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's what it's known for. He was not one of them.
And we get to the hard-hitting questions. Like that may feel like, well, that's pretty football. That's pretty, sportsy kind of thing. When we were doing the radio show, we would have Dave on, and as we do, conversation, right? We're real people. He's a down-to-earth guy, one of our favorite guys. We learned something years ago about Dave, and I was just curious if it was still a thing. Are you still a non-burger eater?
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat them. I don't like them that much. I'm really weird. Like you said, I don't drink it. Now chicken burger would have probably gotten eaten. But I don't know why. Yeah, my dad claims I'm still. I don't know. I don't like watermelon. That's the thing. My dad. He's coming up for the game. He's 85.
No way.
And, oh yeah, him and my mom. And then, but I remember as a kid, he'd just say, "You're one of one. No kid doesn't like watermelon." I still don't like it. So.
Goodness gracious.
I frustrate a lot of people with my eating habits.
I thought they had burgers.
That's what I said
in the video. He doesn't want any health burgers.
Everybody was so excited to eat burgers. It's like Dave's no impact for Dave to see a tray full of burgers. Wouldn't be tempted.
Like a thing of cookies for me. Not interested.
Not a cookie guy.
Such a good guy. Such a good guy. So yeah, Saturday, June 7th. That's this Saturday, 5:00. Stampeders hosting Hamilton, and we'll have the full interview coming up later in the show.
Come you didn't invite me.
You're always invited.
Yeah, you're never not invited.
I don't even know.
Never not. It's in the group chat or not?
No.
What would the answer have been?
No.
Hey, do you want to get here for?
Hey, we're at 8:30.
No, I'm having a breakfast I'm going to regret 40 minutes later.
Regrettable breakfast.
Going on a blood sugar level bender here. Just
what you have, by the way?
ramp
Did
us up.
we talk about what you eat?
No.
Meat omelet.
Whew.
Were you over there? Oh, I like that place.
It's a good spot. It's going to really rain down on my production for the day, though.
Yeah. Dave will join us on the Crystal Waters Insider Hotline. Guest hotline.
Friend hotline?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hall of Fame hotline?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame hotline.
Boom.
Boom.
That, eh? Idea guy.
Yep. Write it down. Take that to the bank.
Didn't even use AI. So what am I making this weekend?
A1.
I'm not.
You said a prime rib or something? You're not going to do? You're not
so
talking?
if we do a prime rib,
Okay.
are we doing it rotisserie?
Oh, you got that little magic spinny thing?
Oh.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Fancy boy.
Gotta be honest. The last 2 times I did it on the rotisserie, so good.
Really?
So
Just keeps those juices rolling around or what?
Sure.
You want to come over?
Yeah.
You invite Jack for the first
Or are
time
you
ever
at the
to your
ball
house?
diamond?
I'm probably going to say I'll probably be in.
Yeah.
Are you in Wainwright this
I'll
weekend?
be in Devon or some
Good spot. Love Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? There's something on the screen, Jack. Take it down.
It's a message from Rob. He says,
AI got
you can
in.
avoid all you want. You're going to have to talk Oilers eventually. Now, I'll say this. We've done radio, whatever you want to call this. We've done it a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We've beaten dead horses. We've run bad jokes and
Don't
bits
tempt us.
into the ground. And not to say this is a bit, but if you think
Don't think.
we can do this for another hour and not, you are sorely
We won't
mistaken.
even break a sweat.
We've been talking meat and cereal and
CFL.
We haven't even touched the Pinder Report.
We
All
haven't
the
got-
shitty videos
yes.
that he puts
How are
on
your
there.
Yankees doing? They got a tidy little record. Eh?
oh sure, yeah, tops in the. You know what?
I
Blue
might take-
Jays not far behind.
They just half game out.
Yeah.
They've won
Shut the
5 or
front
6.
door. Now, did you have Ale Alejandro yesterday? Or
I had him 2 days ago. He had the walk off last night.
Yes,
I
he
was
did.
excited
God
for
damn
you. I
it.
was like, is that today?
Should
Son of-
talk, definitely time to talk baseball.
Wow,
What
it's
a great
finally
It's
game.
that
we're
time of
getting-
year, right?
Yes.
You know what? It's the
Yeah.
American pastime.
And the weather's changing.
Yeah.
You're getting outside more. You're like, beer in the stands, baseball, the crack of the bat, Dean.
You know what it was?
Cracker
The
Jacks.
999. Now
Yes,
it's in. Now
it's
everybody's
baseball
in. It's
season,
Baseball
friends.
season. Let's go.
The
The
old-
dogs are playing in Okotoks.
Oh, yeah. The Father's Day game
Yeah.
coming up.
Come
Say,
on.
you know what? Take me out to the ball game.
That's right.
Right? Like that's well
What's
said.
summer for?
Welcome back to Bat Burner. We're here for another episode.
Yeah, bat burner, peanuts and cracker jack.
How the Pirates doing there, Jack?
Horrible.
So let's
Not as bad as the
They
Rockies.
should get the
Rockies won again.
Did they? Oh,
They got 3 in a row. Those fuckers are hot.
what?
We got to bet them today.
They're ruining it. How are
Yeah.
you going to hit the record books? You keep this up. What a bunch of duds.
This is all caps. You have to yell it, or what's the story here?
give the people what they want. I
Call Beef again. Sorry.
Yeah,
we
Beef.
tried to call him
Tried to
once
call him.
already. It's
Yeah,
not
we
our
give him another
fault. What do you
call.
want us to
I'm
do?
shocked he
Answer.
didn't.
I wonder if the first one he just woke him up and he's like, "Oh, I can't talk now. I gotta brush my teeth,
Yeah,
have a coffee."
yeah.
I could brush my
let's give
teeth.
him another
That omelet didn't.
Hello, you gotta leave a message.
Yeah, hello, sterile. Please leave a message.
The NBA final goes tonight. You must be
Is
excited
it?
about
Starting
that, right?
now?
Oh, hoops,
Yes,
hoops and
Got
harms.
any numbers on that?
dimes,
Is some bet 365?
triple-doubles.
What are we
Yes.
talking
Oh,
about?
find the odds.
double triples.
Oklahoma City, heavy favorites, and I
Nice.
mean huge favorites here.
Yeah.
But the Pacers, tough out.
Yeah, they're in Indiana.
That's right.
That is right.
That's correct. The Pacers are in Indiana.
Uh-huh.
Now, Indiana's a state. Do you know what city they're in, Brett?
Indianapolis.
Indian Wells. Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. The Pacers.
And what's that?
Pace car. Indianapolis
the
500.
I was thinking about horses.
Yeah.
Jeez, silly
But
me.
wouldn't you want to be the race car, not the pace car? It's not the
Yeah.
right.
Maybe
The pace car can't keep up with the race car.
You're just out there for one lap, and then you go
You know
away,
what?
and then the action starts.
Is that what the Pacers?
The listeners are right. They need this info, so let's find it.
Why are the what's the
What's the deal?
are they
why are they called?
called
You can't just voice it,
the
or
Pacers? I am
you're
voicing.
like a Siri or something.
Let's do the.
When professional basketball came to Indianapolis in 1967. Wait, maybe I can get it to read it. for
Can
me.
you?
Yeah.
Oh
other-
man, that'd be so
Did
good.
you give her a British accent? What do you like, Rhett?
I
What are you
don't.
into?
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Say what? Oi!
Wait a minute. According to Indianapolis attorney Richard D. Tinkham,
Tinkham, if you got him.
Oh boy.
the nickname Pacers
Tinkham barely knew him.
was decided on through a collective decision of the original investors. Tinkham, one of the investors,
Tinkler.
recalled that the nickname was a combination of the state's rich history with the harness racing Pacers and the pace car used for the
both.
running of the Indianapolis
The
500.
Tinkler sewed it all together. You got
Touches
the
them both.
horses and the cars.
I had Scott Tinkler was our equipment manager.
I was gonna say we
Tinks.
down in the States.
old Tinky. Tinks.
What are those odds, Jack? Do you have those?
The Pacers are the Thunder are minus 700 to win.
700.
Yeah, big favorites.
Wow.
Eno.
Yeah.
Woo. How's that Yeti cooler?
You know what? It did a good job.
Yeah, it knows.
Partly it was frigid, cold outside.
Oh, so it had help.
So it was, yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Mother Nature, that bitch, was on Yeti's side in terms of keeping the beverages cool to drink. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hoping.
Surger in action tomorrow. Will we send in the intern to that game?
Yeah, Yasmin will be going.
Yeah, it's gonna go rocket at the
What?
pay
Really?
bill table. Yeah.
Very nice.
My kids love
Yeah.
basketball. They're never getting tickets.
You're anytime you want, you let me know. You'd have to look at a schedule and know what
I'm
you're
not
up to.
doing that.
Exactly. So
You at baseball
Top
all
of the
weekend,
West.
Dean? How's your baseball going? Is
good.
it
We're at
special?
we're at Rose Diamond on Saturday. That's in Stanley Park. They redid that after the floods. It is gorgeous. It's the best ball diamond in Western Canada.
Wow,
It's unbelievable.
That's quite a statement.
It is. They did the play downs for the world. What do they call it? The Little World League World Series for Canada. They did it there a couple of years ago. Down by the river. Have a little cookout.
There's a lot of skids down there.
Recommended mushrooms and hanging around in the river.
You gotta be careful. go into those bushes
Not a
for a
skid,
piss
what
and
are you
get
talking
stabbed.
There's a lot of skids.
There is. I lived right there.
Jeez.
Had to get out of there.
Why did you leave
It
there?
was
That was such a
costing
good
me.
setup.
Moving back. Don't worry.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
He's not moving anywhere. He's moving to Buffalo.
All right. Time for some hockey talk. Enough.
So the Flames pick 18. The question is.
Well, I was going to say I was going to go a different angle.
Yeah.
We talked about don't get crazy if you've had a bad season, if you're upset, right?
Yeah. Don't overreact.
Meanwhile, old Tulski in Carolina,
Tulski.
we got cap space. The owner's committed to spending to the cap. We got money. We're not afraid to use it. I'll spend all summer trying to spend it if I need to.
That's always a good decision.
Right?
Mhm.
That feels like
Always a good approach.
okay.
He's a process guy. I'm not too worried
don't
about
know.
them doing dumb stuff. They've been pretty sharp.
His quote was, "I'll spend the summer trying to spend it."
Yeah.
Essentially,
So they're going to be cap team. I'm fine with that. That makes sense.
they want a superstar.
Who's that? Marner?
Mitch Marner.
Rod's gonna have to
We
talk.
talked about places where you could hide Mitch a bit because we know what his strengths are and they're phenomenal, but his weaknesses, it's just like when the games get physical, playoffs. I think like Vegas and Carolina are the two places you can insulate him the best.
I can see
Because they
him.
come at you with waves, they forecheck, they're big and physical teams.
I can see him in Carolina.
Yeah.
Or at least I can understand the rationale as to maybe why they would want him. The system will try and take care of the rest. We need to score more goals. We need offense. He would provide that.
And again, they just got
No.
left at the altar by Rantanen.
I don't disagree. I'm just, what are they going to pay this man? And I don't know that he's worth it.
How many years are you going to sign for him?
He's going to go max
7 years. And so what would feel really expensive today?
14.
And so if the cap's $130 million halfway through this deal, does that feel expensive?
If he's not the guy you hope.
It's like $8 million today or $9 million today, right? Like that's kind of the universe we're in. So I do think we're going to see stupid deals where you're like sticker shock. What the hell are they doing? That's way too much money because it's been like a decade since we were in this cap that was growing 10% a year. We had the flat cap for like 5-6 years.
There'd be a few guys in that room that have gone to battle with the Canes for contracts and trying to get money.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And then if 14 for Marner,
yeah,
welcome, come on in.
that's true.
I feel like, so you ground
Even the
me,
coach, they grinded Rod of all people on contracts.
ground me to dust over a couple $100,000, half
Yeah.
like $250,000, and it's 14 million for him. You've talked about that in the past. When a guy comes in and all of us, our new guy is our highest paid guy.
Yeah.
And if you're a bit on the soft side, not to say that's happened anywhere.
Yeah, like I see what you're saying. I don't think if you look at, what's the best use of 14 million and how efficient is it, but they're a team lacking that finishing. And I understand that they might get into the emotions like Treliving did here. Like when you're snubbed by Rantanen, maybe you overreact. It's an emotional thing to do. Like that's why they signed Huberdeau before
If I
seeing
was
him on the
owner,
ice.
I'd fire that GM's ass.
Would you?
Shut your yap, Tulski.
He's trying to say we're open for business.
Who wants to go there?
I don't know. I mean, I've been there. I've been to Charlotte. I haven't been to Raleigh. I don't know what it's like.
That is not even relevant. I'm just saying, like, does it sound like it's a place that
Those who like it
doesn't
love
feel
it.
like a destination? But
But Florida didn't either 10 years ago, right? And now it's the destination. I don't know. Like the taxes are probably pretty good, but not
taxes
zero.
are decent.
If you
The
feel
climate's nice,
Great
team's very good. Like they've won a first round
That's
series
just
7
it.
years in a row.
The difference between Florida 10 years ago and now is that Florida was horse ass,
Right.
and Carolina's been really good and still haven't really. Maybe they didn't want to spend the money. I don't know. But what are the last free agents that they went and were able to?
They're paying Orlov like almost
Woo.
80 a year, which is wild. But yeah, like
Here's the
That's a
quote.
secondary guy. Then.
right. And they're paying him a lot.
Eric Tulski, GM, this was as of, I guess it was 2 days ago now. If there's any chance to get better, we're going to take it. We have the full buy-in to spend to the cap if there are ways to do it to get better. We have so much space and such a strong team. There's no guarantee we can find ways to spend all that money, but we're going to spend all summer trying. They have obviously the youth, Jackson Blake, Logan Stankoven on the back end,
good.
Nikishin, Scott Morrow. They have UFAs in Burns and Orlov that they got to make a decision on.
Yeah, they'll probably move on from Orlov.
Burns is 40.
I would think he's comfy. He'll stay there. It won't be expensive. And the other thing they have that we haven't really talked about that is a huge chip for them to play, they got 2 firsts in that Rantanen deal, plus whatever picks of their own they still have. You don't have to wait and use those. You can, or you can say, hey, it's draft week. Here's a first. We want that player. And maybe that's the better way to not force to be paid $14 million to a guy.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they made that deal, it was like, oh, they'll probably flip these at the deadline. They didn't, but they still have those cards to play.
Nice.
What other Eastern Conference teams do you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, we went through the West the other day.
Yeah, I know it
Only seem
17s
relevant.
So Washington.
I don't know if they're any good. What did you determine on your new coach, Jack? You're
How's Dan the man?
pumped?
I haven't done my rounds yet.
What?
No.
Is it done your rounds or made your rounds? What do you?
Either way.
Are we really not?
What? Time for the Pinder Report.
Try one more thing. Try one more angle.
Do you have another one?
So sounds like there's some teams open for business.
Uh-huh.
Top of the draft. How high up could you get if you package pick 32 or 1 and 18? So some nerds have done the breakdown of how much picks are worth. Here's a
I thought this was it sounds disparaging, but this isn't the draft class that wows as much as
well,
next
you're
year.
not trading this year's first rounders for next year's picks. I'm saying if you don't love what you're seeing at 18 and
but what do
32,
you- okay.
how high could you get?
But not only are you okay, then you have to go, why would I do it? Because
Yeah.
what am I after?
Right. So like if a Roger McQueen, who might have been a top 5 pick if he was healthy, slides to 11, can you get that high? 6'5", right shot centerman. Maybe you don't like the player, but
I don't like the family.
oh,
I played with his uncle.
okay. We don't know that. We need to explain the joke. Otherwise, people think you're just being
Oh,
a
but
dick.
people like that. Water's just talking S.
Yeah, there's another guy Warner threw under the bus that day on that show.
I'd do it because I don't trust that 32 is anything,
Right?
and 18 is not as good as 11.
I'm with you.
But we haven't broke down the draft class. Maybe we should do that. And what the F are you doing with an orange Yeti cooler?
You
thing?
wore an orange
You
shirt
wore an
today.
orange shirt.
Yesterday. Like, come on.
It was on sale.
Shame
And I
on you.
bought it so long
Shame on
ago.
you.
Shame on both of you. Look at the pain you've brought us, Red.
It's true. It's you know what? That's the
Jeez.
solace you can have. Is I'll tell you what I'm not wearing tomorrow, and you're not drinking out of. It's no effing orange. Crush BS. Last time
I'm a huge Flyers fan.
Danny Briere.
Love Danny Briere.
Yeah. Hard not to.
Syracuse guy. Eh?
Jay Rosehill, great guy. Fuck.
It was going well.
You had what you wanted after
Kind of
40.
looked real good.
3-1 lead.
3-1?
Tidy.
3-1.
I had to do a puzzle. I was so stressed. I was literally doing a puzzle of Italian wine regions. Okay. Clear the puck. Penalty kill. Okay.
I was sitting there and I was playing that game on my phone where you have like the black hole and you gather up stuff and then the hole is, that.
I don't know play games on my phone. I don't know what that
So I'm playing, the game's on and my daughter's like, "Oh, did you see that?" No, I didn't see anything. What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't watch this shit. Why is it on? Because I got to watch this shit.
You just said you can't watch it.
Exactly. Just go to your room. The puck over glass penalty is so dumb. It's
Stupidest.
so dumb.
Stupidest penalty ever.
Dumb.
Here's the thing.
I argued with Iggy when this came in. Called him names. He called me names.
That's why he doesn't return your text.
We let the officials make judgment calls everywhere else in the game except here.
And the whistles were put away.
Hands are tied.
Let's be clear.
Got to do it.
Whistles have been retired for the night. They're done. We're not needing these anymore. How many seconds left?
You know what else? They didn't have to let him tie it. 3-1, you said, right?
3-1.
Well, so there's three.
You know, because I was the one thing, and I've said it ad nauseum or whatever. You guys are tired of hearing me talk about. Yeah, the thing about it is, if you could just rattle their cage a little bit, they haven't had their cage rattled, haven't had little adversity. Just see how resilient they are.
Yeah.
Like make it 1-0. Oh, 1-1. Goalie interference. Nope. Penalty. Goal. 2-1.
Boom.
All right.
Okay.
Cruising. This
Okay.
Florida Panthers team's a different beast, dude.
Yeah, look at them react. They just had to weather the storm.
Okay, get to the end. You know what? Intermission. We're down 2-1. We're good, boys. Right? 2 minutes into the second. Bennett 3-1.
Oh, it's our
Ooh.
boy. That's our boy.
1:17 later. A shit burger. It was a shit burger, right? From Arvidsson.
Can we whiteboard it?
Gotta have it.
It's the Stanley Cup Finals.
You are, bro. How many Vesnas you got? You got 2?
Yeah, it was. Dave doesn't like burgers. but it was
Cripes!
absolute shit.
That was a big crepes.
Still up 3-2, Dean.
Yeah, but Dean said it earlier. When they need a goal, they just get one.
They just
you
get
gotta
it.
be up 2.
Kind of did feel
Because
that
even if
way.
they don't get the goal they need, then they'll pull their goalie and then they get the goal they need.
Is this part of the issue? Is that we're going to come up with a conclusion that something I said a month ago?
Yeah.
If you stop wearing orange, maybe things will change.
We just need to shut this thing down.
Yeah,
Is this what the next 2-3 years of our lives are going to be?
Yes.
Bat Burner. It's a new baseball podcast. What do you feel about the Cincinnati Reds today, Dean?
Joey Votto's been great.
Now, what are the Reds named after? Is it the Red Hot Red Candies? What is it?
Oh,
They make Corvettes there. What is it? Red something? Red Diners?
Panthers don't lose when they're up after 2.
No, they don't, Rhett.
Ever.
Funny you mentioned that.
Doesn't happen. You know why? Because they got Shane King. He'll litigate your ass if you try and beat him.
Panthers were 31-0
That's right.
when leading after the first or second under Paul Maurice.
That's a lot. Sir, can you repeat that?
The Florida Panthers were 31-0 when holding a lead at the end of the first or second period in a Stanley Cup playoff game
That's
with
since-
Paul Maurice as their coach.
Mm-hmm.
18-0 on the road
That's incredible. by
when
the way.
leading after 40.
How's that look today?
That's 31-1. Can you give us another cripes? We'll stay out of your way. It can be clean.
Cripes! It's the Oilers' third multi-goal comeback win this postseason. Their 7th come from behind victory, and their 4th third period deficit that they've erased en route to victory.
So they've used all their bullets, you're telling me. There's none left?
What I'm worried is they got plenty of bullets. Now they just know how to use them.
Yeah, well,
Cork soaker.
Kirk Circle, indeed.
Oh, we did it. So move on. Next.
I don't know.
There you go.
Is it Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Really?
He's had a
Tyrese.
really good postseason. And the Canadian SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP.
Were you surprised the first Bennett goal stood?
I was in the car, so I was listening.
When I'd heard it described before, so you're kind of looking for the outcome.
It's the 1-1
Gets
goal.
tripped, right?
Yeah.
So I
It's-
I
Look
can
at
tell
that
you that
guy.
the Florida Panthers radio guys were shocked. They're like, "Ooh, this
that's
doesn't."
Dougie Plague.
Trying to
That
do my
goal's got to
job,
stand.
Is Benny up for the Lady Bing again this year?
It's got to be.
I can't wait for them to announce it.
Yeah, they're
Get it out
surprised.
already, Gary. Let us know. We're
Slow
sitting here
release.
waiting, dying to know.
Mm.
Yeah, 3-2.
You know, the one no one ever talks about in Calgary that was pretty obvious at the time was a bad move was when they put Brett Kulak on waivers. And you're like, the results are actually pretty good, and he skates well. And a decade later, he's still in the fucking league.
I never understood why they let Brett Kulak go.
And it was like, oh, we want our third pair to be this or that. And you're like, right, but that doesn't mean throw this guy away for nothing. I think they got an AHL defenseman back for a year.
Because they traded him, didn't they? In the end?
After waivers, he was not claimed, which is idiotic on all other owners and teams. Like just like Marty St. Louis cleared waivers for everyone and then got signed.
As I recall, there was a contract dispute there.
Yeah, there's a qualifying offer that the Flames wanted him to accept. He wanted more of a raise. And it's like, okay, we'll put you on waivers then. It's like, okay, so you made your point.
Yeah.
But still, a decade later, how much value could you have had?
I'm with Pinder on this, and I
Like
can't
a 4-5
I
all
can't
day.
stand the guy, and I was in agreement. They let that guy go for all for no reason, and just
you can't stand the
they
guy?
didn't have they got a plethora of defensemen. No, you
Liebing,
don't.
Liebing.
No,
Who
you don't.
And then they're flipping thirds and fourths for the Fantenbergs of the world.
I
The
said
deadline.
that guy,
You
Jake
had
Christensen,
Kulak.
who's in Columbus now, they had him in Stockton for nothing. Free agent. Oh, right-handed defense. Well, we could really use a right-handed defenseman that could skate. Oh, well, he's basically free, and you can have him. F him. We don't need him. It's fine.
It's all right.
Hello.
We're effed. We're absolutely screwed.
Screwed.
100% effed. The fact of the matter is these pricks up the north are probably going to do it. It sucks. I hate it. And yes, we've got another decade of them continuing to be good, and we don't have any stars to go up
You know what?
against them.
I've never said this. Gary, we need another fucking lockout.
Yes.
Let's go. I'm done with this
When's
shit.
the lockouts,
We need
Gary?
a strike. I don't need any of this labor peace nonsense. I need this derailing whatever they're doing, just like it derailed you guys in 0405.
Where the F is COVID when you need it?
SARS? Avian flu? We need something.
We need something.
God damn it. Dean.
Dean.
It is not good.
Well, at least they're really going to drag this out for about 3 weeks
Yeah,
with this
let's have
fucking
some
schedule.
pause in play so we
Gary.
can build up the anticipation. Whew. Did you see how excited those jerks were?
Yeah, because those mouth breathers have been watching the best player toil for a decade, and they finally surrounded him with enough okay parts
Don't.
and a good coach. Ah!
You got to have the 3-2 goal.
What?
You got to have it.
Ekholm shot?
No, Arvidsson.
Oh,
Yeah,
We show it, Jack. Can we
like
look
the
this?
actual second
yeah.
goal. Sorry.
So 3-2 after 2, right?
Still fine, dude.
You're still fine.
They haven't lost, for Christ's sake.
31-0.
You're still fine.
Stanley Cup.
Oh, hang on.
champs. Oh,
No.
yes.
Yes,
Distraction.
thank God.
Hello.
Yo,
What's happening?
just waking up. I'm in Vegas.
I've got you. We're doing the show. I have you on speakerphone on the show.
Like, is this live?
Correct.
All right. And the answer is God. And the answer is Godsmack. By the
No,
way,
it's no. that was our thing. If we're ever on Jeopardy or something, or the Newlywed Game,
Right.
his favorite band of all time is Godsmack.
Got it.
It's just kind of no.
it isn't, but it's just our answer.
Yeah, it's
just
easy to
the
remember. Yeah.
No, I need
Because-
to. We got to because we didn't want to talk about the fucking Oilers, so we were talking about anything else, and we got talking about food and steak sauce, and I wanted you to kind of elaborate because it's hideous and embarrassing. But every time we go to a steakhouse, what you do?
I have to have HP sauce. And it happened last night. Peter Luger's at Caesar's Palace. I go to the guy and I go, oh, and Peter Luger's kind of fancy place, right? So I'm with this girl I'm dating here, and so Lisa's embarrassed to death because I said, hey, can I get some steak sauce? Lisa goes, you can't ask for steak sauce at Peter Luger's. Well, I'm not eating steak if I don't got no steak sauce. The guy goes, well, we have Peter Luger's steak sauce. I go, yeah, okay. Brings it out and I go, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And so then the guy who the one bartender says, well, I think in the back, I saw a bottle of A1. Like, would that work? I says, oh, thank God, yes. I said, I'll pay you $20 for it. I need it.
$20.
I need it.
We would go to a steakhouse, be like, Beef, please don't ask for HP. So, what do you? I have to.
Now, do you like the A1 in the States more than the A1 in Canada? Because I find it very different.
It's a definite texture. It's a definite thickness difference. But to me, HP is such a hard product to beat. That's the Stanley Cup with steak sauce.
Well, okay, so it's HP. Have you had the UK version compared to the Canadian, and is it different? If so,
The UK version.
The UK version. I had it in January when I was at Heathrow, and so they have in England, they have it on everything, eggs, everything, which I love. And I don't really see a difference between the Canadian version or the UK version.
Yeah.
I don't really see a difference. I can't believe we're talking about this. But
Beef loves, more than anyone I know, Beef loves condiments. If we would go and order nachos, the first thing could I get some more salsa, please? And then they would bring out this little thing of salsa.
I went to Nacho Daddy yesterday. I was trying to find in Hollywood, and so the girl brings me queso because I love queso, and then then they have this thing called nonstop salsa and chips for $4. I said, yeah, I'm gonna take that as well too. And then the salsa came. It's like this little thumbnail of salsa. What is this, by the way? I said, this isn't gonna fly. I said, this is like one chip, and I'm done. Come on.
You get the Dixie cup, the tiny little thing.
Just a capful, right?
Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna do with this? And then it says nonstop salsa and chips. So why not just bring me out a bowl so I don't have to make you go back and forth every 2 chips. Yeah. So.
And then if you go back to the same place, you get them trained. They
back to Nacho Daddy.
Bring out a bigger bowl of salsa, and it'll save them time and effort.
Beef surrogate.
Yeah.
One of the first things I do, and I always travel, and you've seen my photo on Twitter, Dino, is I phone Instacart. I said I need mustard, I need ketchup, I need vinegar, and I need HP sauce. And then, of course, I can't get HP sauce in the States. I have to get A1. So yeah, so I need that in my room. I need it because when I order DoorDash, you can't on DoorDash can't go. Can I get extra mustard? Can I get vinegar? Nobody's got vinegar in the States. They think it's crazy, And then getting ketchup sometimes is easy, but without sauce, maybe I'd weigh 80 pounds if I didn't have sauce because I just couldn't be able to eat.
Is there a sauce at a steakhouse that is any good? I know you're an HP.
It's asking about the house steak sauces.
But is there a house steak sauce anywhere you've been that is okay?
The Keg has a great steak sauce. However, after you have Keg steak sauce, you got to make sure your timing is close to being around the bowl because it has a quick reaction.
Oh my God!
What? And you may not want to share it. What is your secret menu tip from the Keg that only you know?
Oh, they'll close the hole. Don't let them tell the loophole.
Well, you mean like a hidden, like an In-N-Out burger thing, like a hidden menu item?
Well, it's the nachos, right?
Well, it's not on the menu. When you say at the Keg, you go, hey, because most kegs you go to, and our buddy Jody's kid Riley, and I told him, I said, when you go to the Keg, you can ask for nachos. And Riley now is just there's some Keg down by Auburn Bay down in that area. I forget what it is.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, Daryl, they do have nachos. He was so excited. I says, yeah, I know. It's amazing. The Keg has probably some of the best nachos in Canada in a restaurant.
Wow, really? Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah, it is sneaky. Hey, Beef, what do you think of What do you think of?
What do you think of Stuart Skinner?
What do you think of bands like Street Heart or Prism or that?
You got to be kidding me! Really? Is this a real question?
Beef worked on FM radio and had to play Street Heart and Loverboy over and over, and he's been scarred for life. It's fuck! It just fucking killed me. I can't.
Well, and the thing is, for Dino, you'd remember us, but back in the day, we would get paper log sheets, And on the sheets would like, at 11:15 play this, at 11:19 play this, then 11:20 there's commercial break. So then to be like, I would see this thing come up and go, Blue Rodeo Try. I go, oh my God, there's just no way I'm playing this song. There's just, I pretend to play it, right? I would just like, okay, I played it, right? And then we had our boss at the time, Ray Walker, and then Ray would always use the ultimate monitor, right? He would he'd audit everything to death. And he goes, yeah, at 11:19, you're supposed to play Blue Rodeo Try, and you played Van Halen right now. Yeah, that's right. It's a much better song,
Yeah, you're right.
There's no tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a much better song.
Much better. But then back for not to bore people with the radio details, but you have to play 30% Canadian music. So then you got like
CanCon.
Harlequin, Thinking of You, One More Time, Streetheart, Prism, Spaceship Superstar. Oh God,
Steamboat Annie. Tell Steamboat Annie by heart. That was CanCon in like less than 2:30. So whenever you were screwed at the end of the hour, you could squeeze Steamboat Annie.
Yeah. The hard songs would be considered CanCon with the percentage of, if it's anyways.
Okay.
Hard I could stomach. Hard is a band I could stomach. I can have it, but probably my most hated band would be Blue Rodeo.
Okay, we'll get you out of here. Why are you in Vegas? Are you going to see Krimmer?
No, I come in to recruit a couple of American Hockey League guys. Like Caitlin Addison was down here, and I'm trying to recruit a couple of American Hockey League guys and trying to get Gage Quinney on board and try and get these guys offers to go to Russia. I'm trying to schmooze those guys.
Okay, perfect.
Not your daddy.
Appreciate the call.
And then maybe I don't know. I'm trying to find Bugner. I'm going to give him a coaching job in Russia, but I don't know. He's not really answering my call.
Bob Bugner. Good.
Boogie man.
Good luck there. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
All right, Oilers suck.
Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, wow, good stuff.
So yeah, it's weird that he and I were pals ever.
Yeah. So he literally delivers condiments to his hotel if he's staying anywhere for more than a couple days.
I'll see if I can find the photo. Because yeah, he does. He he gets it sent to his room.
Glands?
Yeah.
And send the sauce.
Yeah.
Our Tinkler did the same thing at Peter Luger's. He would put, now it didn't have to be HP, but he would put steak sauce and ketchup on his $100 steak.
That seems like something Kron would do, Like there's always that one guy.
Connor always had the bald dog.
Yeah, he did the bald dog.
He
It's
was
true.
bald
Barefoot
dogs.
bald dog. Maybe
Yeah.
he's not a sauce guy.
But it does feel like Tinkler used to drive guys nuts. You're like, again, like Peter Luger's, melt in your mouth, delicious.
I'll send this.
Ketchup.
I'll try.
Where's Peter Luger? I don't know. This
New York.
fancy chain.
Oh yeah, it's.
It's one of the oldest steakhouses
I'll send this to
in
Jack.
America. America.
It's not a great crop job, but I don't.
Could you go back and watch that show?
Which one?
America.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I saw it on a stag like 5 years ago. We almost died. We were laughing so hard.
I might have to watch that.
Yeah.
What age can the kids?
Ooh, you're gonna have to wait a
12,
bit.
13.
Yeah, no, I'd say there's a lot of sexual humor
Innuendos?
in the where?
Did you see
they
the
are
thing I
marionettes.
sent
They're
you?
they're not humans.
Sorry.
Is he what?
Did you see the thing I sent you?
Yeah, I'll grab it right now. I
Holy,
wanna
my
grab this
loser,
one
brother. Only because the big beef's down there spending money like a
Yeah,
drunken sailor.
Yeah.
My brother was down there. He went to the Sphere last night and sent me the drink price list. Holy F.
What's at the Sphere right now?
Kenny Chesney.
Ah.
So let's say you wanted to get a double
Wow.
rye soda.
Well, we'll let Jack call that up. This was
Here it is.
this was on my buddy Beef's on his Facebook. When I travel, these 5 things
Plus a
plus
fan.
a fan.
The
That's it.
Pepto's in there. Oh my God, vinegar! How much vinegar are you going through?
I like the fan.
Oh my
He gets
God.
he runs hot. So
You
yeah,
think?
the temperature.
Sound.
He's never calling for an extra blanket. It's a fan.
Jeez. Bob Bubner, I'll call me back.
I gotta get
Russia. Yeah, Boog's like, go pound sand. Biff.
So okay, so you've got the so you go to the Sphere to see Kenny Chesney.
So you get your tickets for a
Oh
steal.
my God.
So a $27 US margarita, a double rum Coke.
Well, just hang
Look
on.
on the other side.
Because if we're going to a premium liquor, your double's going to be
112 bucks. Wow.
US.
Prohibition, I guess.
Not great.
Who wants to drink?
You're paying for those LED panels on the outside, I guess, huh? Jeez.
$20 a beer. American, when you
Easy
go into the
20.
7-Eleven and get it for $3.
Less.
Times are tough, Dean.
$30 Canadian for a beer.
Times are tough right now.
Times are tough.
All around.
You're lucky that you're hanging out at ball time. It's all you need is spits and water. Sunblock. You could have put.
I could have used some sunblock.
We got to start making some of that home brew. I think.
Hooch.
Start brewing in our bathtubs. Is this gin or what is this? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just,
it's good. It'll get you
cleaning
buzzed.
products.
Now what, Dean?
Thank God beef called.
Yes.
Yeah, save the show.
Timing is everything.
Save the show.
And he's been itching to get on for years.
He has been, yeah.
He's probably wanted to have you'd ask him about his big hockey takes, but that's probably perfect. We're good now.
That went exactly.
Better.
That was perfect. I'm just waking up. I'm in Vegas. I had a steak last night and needed
I was
HP.
at Nacho Daddy.
Salsa.
Yeah, they said it was nonstop. There's a thumbnail of salsa.
Is there anything else?
I think it's probably it.
Gretzky's smart.
Wayne?
Yeah.
I see. Don't tell me he made a whole gajillion dollars again.
No. TNT was in the building last night.
Again.
This is after the second period when it is still 3-2 Panthers.
Mothering them, they're playing them really smart. They're playing the Rick Tocchet defense. They got that forward in the middle. They're giving him outside. Connor's going to have to take it around the net or stop up and hit the late guy because they're cutting everything off going to the net.
We'll see what happens.
Call him now.
Nostradamus.
Move aside. I got a new player in town
now. Call him now. Let me tell you something. That's called luck.
Look at you. You're going to pick our numbers. You don't retire tonight.
I couldn't even think of growing a beard that
That's the greatest playoff beard you've ever had.
No,
right
ever. Mine was a Wild West beard. A lot of open spots.
Of course, it hits the stick on the way and lands perfectly flat. Always happens like that, right?
Yeah.
Best
It
in the
is
world.
if you're Gretzky or McDavid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think people understand we're watching a Mount Rushmore player, right?
Two of them.
No, like I mean in the history of the sport, there's four faces on Mount Rushmore. Like Connor has been like from moments into his first strides in the league, you knew he was going to be one of those four. Like we're talking about a player that's going to have considerably more achievements than Sidney Crosby. On talent and skill alone, it's the greatest hockey player we've ever seen.
I'm actually kind of serious. From your vantage point, both of you, but I kind of know how you're. I kind of feel like I know where you go. What did you think of the Panthers last night? They were very good in the second, obviously.
Well,
He'll answer.
Go ahead.
That was awesome. Did he just say he knew what you were going to answer?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Mount Rushmore thing.
No.
You wanted our thoughts on the game. No. Okay, we're switching.
What did I think of the Panthers?
Because
I thought the Panthers looked like the other teams the Oilers had played. I thought the Panthers had times where it looked like, okay, this is a different animal. But then the Oilers decided to, no, you're not a different animal. We're going to do what we did to the other teams. And we're just going to take over. And I'm sorry.
Because the flip side opinion from last night was Panthers were not great. They were just okay. And they were still a shot away from winning.
That's fine. And I'm hoping that, yes, but Edmonton did to them what they've done to everyone.
Yeah.
They just decided you're not allowed to have it and took it. Now, were they lucky with maybe they still won the game. They still outshot the shit out of them. They hit them as hard and as much as right? Like it wasn't like they were, I would think they were more physical. Maybe I'm wrong, but and maybe you don't expect it more for the Panthers, so you see it differently.
So
Tell me what the Oilers are doing. Skinner was decent. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think the Panthers, well, I didn't think they deserved to win, and they weren't good enough. And I thought it was the problem with playing this team is going to be, even when you're up, you can't sit back.
You can't take
at
a
all.
half breath.
At all.
So
The advantage is to play them in their end, and you cannot sit on a lead.
They taught us that in game 1 of the playoffs when LA was way ahead.
Yes.
And they came storming back, and you're like, let that be the lesson. You cannot take one breath. You have to
continue to forecheck and keep your speed.
Yes.
You can't sit back and wait for them to come at you as soon as it happened. I thought they came out into overtime and had a bit of a push to start, but the final 15 was all Edmonton.
They looked tired in the second overtime.
They can't be tired. They just had a fucking week off. I don't need your excuses. Tired. Like,
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they looked more tired.
They're tired because Edmonton's running the piss out of them and controlling the play.
No.
You're reacting to them. And the way to combat it, and the only way teams have success, is to play the Oilers in their end, and you can't sit back. Ever.
Yeah.
Whole game.
Agreed.
Sorry, you're going to be bagged, and you might run out of gas, and you might lose because of that too. But if you think you're just going to sit in your end and not happening.
They've lost 4 games in the entire playoffs, and I can tell you about each of them. They rally back after getting dominated for most of game 1. They rally back in game 2 against LA and end up an overtime game sinks them, but they came back and erased another deficit. The Vegas game, they scored with 0.4 seconds left. They weren't trailing. It was over at the buzzer. And in the Dallas game, they allowed 5 power play goals in the third period. If they're ever behind, they just come back. And they're not often behind. The only way to beat these guys is to stun them late and come from behind on them, it seems.
And then in the other games that they were winning them by 3 or more goals.
Handily.
Just
but that said, I got back from kid baseball at the second intermission, and the scoring chances and the high quality chances were leaning Florida's way through 40. They had the statistic about slot chances and the physicality. This is, for the small, the 2 periods I saw live, it's the only team that has at least matched or been in the same neighborhood physically as the Oilers. Whereas Dallas wasn't interested in doing it. Vegas couldn't for whatever reason. And LA at the start of the series did, but then ran 3 lines and 2 pairs and ran out of gas.
I would say the Oilers were as physical, if not more so. And they certainly, if you want to, however you see it, they did not shrink under any pressure from Florida.
They are focused.
Yeah.
They look so dialed in.
You have the greatest player that we'll ever watch in our lives, absolutely obsessed with getting a cup. And despite all the nonsense he's had to put up with, he had a spot where he can win this thing. I'm talking about flushing millions on this guy or bad trade here.
Well, I don't think those are the topics of the day, but
but it's like they're finally here. You almost fumbled the bag on the greatest player of all time, but here they are. It's their chance.
4 in a row now.
We can look at, there was a goal in overtime, and
I called it. My kid, I'm sitting watching with my kid. I'm saying, where the fuck is Jones going? Boom, boom, goal.
Yeah.
51 hits each, by the way. So very similar physically, but
it hit the net. Jack, rewind that back.
Let's get the whiteboard going.
So which one is Jones?
I thought they had it here too. Jones is number 3. Go ahead. They're putting pressure because I think the Oilers are too good. If
you can't leave.
They might beat you even if you do pressure, but they will beat you if you don't.
It's your only chance of a clear.
Yeah.
If you don't pressure them, you're just going to get gas for 2 minutes.
Go ahead. Back to the point. Good push. Stop. Where Jones comes from out of view, chasing up. This is not a good pressure because you're not in position to pressure, and now you're caught way too high. Go, man.
Yeah.
Let your forward come back and take that. Right?
And now they start salivating because they're
And
like,
because
we got a forward down
Jones,
low.
the rule always is if your partner goes, you go. So Jones pushes. Now the net front defenseman F's up. He should recognize, well, he shouldn't have pushed, but because he did, I'm going to push. Now he pushes into the corner and is nowhere to help. And Barkov's got to come back, and he takes the wrong lane on blocking the pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a
stop.
It's not the worst breakdown you've ever seen in your
There it
life.
is. See, those are the two of the greatest players we'll watch in our lives. It's insane they don't have 1,000 cups already, but it's hard to not imagine them winning it. Look at this. It's 2-on-1 here. How do you do that, boys? Cover them.
And Barkov takes away a pass that isn't a threat pass. He should be laying down here. Look at where he's. See what I mean? He doesn't know where Leon is, and he's not taking away the lane. And Marchand's a dive. Lazy prick. Possession. They were confident. Right. Okay, go back. Yeah. Right here. Moving real slow. As soon as it gets to that guy on the half wall and Jones starts coming, they're like, yes, you just bit.
Just because Corey Perry, he's had an unbelievable playoff. He is slow, but his brain and hands, for the most part, are still there.
Jones to the corner there, right there. No, just before that. Defenseman, stick on puck in the corner. Where's Meek? No, before that.
A little drop pass.
Right there. Where's his stick?
Yeah.
That defenseman's puck. It's on the wrong hand side, right? Do you see what I'm saying, Dean?
Yeah.
Puck side of the
Stick
skater.
on puck. Great play by Edmonton. Great play.
That power play is horrifying.
Isn't it?
Because it's always been a good power play, and we've seen it click at like 30% in the regular season and even better than that in the playoffs. But I don't know. Clearly, you have the best player we'll ever watch in our lives on one side. You got one of the most elite finishers and greatest goal scorers in the game today in Draisaitl, who can beat you from a foot off the goal line in the corner. But what changed it all in the last 2-3 years for me is that now you have probably the best power play defenseman with them, because Bouchard's got great hands and vision, but more than anything, he's got a weapon of a shot that he gets through. It's not Dion Phaneuf hitting field goals, putting it over the net at 95. They're always on net, and they're lasers. And so when you have those three pieces, I almost don't care who the other two are. It can be your grandpa or your uncle in snow boots. They're still going to light you up because there's just too many guys in different spots. You can't cover everyone. Like Bouchard, Barry to Bouchard is such a huge upgrade for them. And Barry wasn't a bad player when he left. It's just, I don't know who's better at running a power play on the blue line in the NHL. And you add it to the two best offensive players.
McCarr would be all right, but I see what you're not. Yeah.
And McDavid's the auto zone entry. He gathers steam in his own end. It's like, yeah, he either embarrasses a guy or he dumps it off someone on the wall. He's a one-man zone entry.
Poor Dion taking a stray there for no reason. One of a kind.
I'd be shocked to get on net, Dion.
He loves booster juice.
Big
Dion.
Plexiglass will start quivering when the power play
I
starts.
could go for booster juice. Right now if Jack would buy us one, but he won't.
Florida wins game 2.
Perfect. Still all nice.
All's right in the world.
And again, like it's peak pain in Calgary today. You're one bounce from winning that game if you're the Florida Panthers. That's a fact. It's the one save you asked for that you didn't get.
Boy, how great's Dave Dickinson? Hey?
Love Dave.
Man.
He's an icon.
Yeah. Such a good guy. We'll have that conversation coming up here.
Hamburgers be damned. Dave's a good guy.
Better like sandwiches. It's better not be a whole sandwich.
You know what? He probably likes sandwiches because sandwiches in the States are real good.
I love sandwiches.
I found a new
My kid asked to stay home from school today.
Is that right? He asked.
Because of last night.
Oh.
He's like, I don't want to walk the hall.
Because he's a big Panteros guy.
He's a Panthers guy, and there's a lot of loser parents out there that allow their kids to cheer for Edmonton even though they live in Calgary.
Oh, I was right in the belly of the beast on the weekend.
No,
you couldn't go anywhere without some donkey in a jacked up truck with
So
9 flags going.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an Oiler fan.
Is that right?
Oh, so you're going to watch the game on Wednesday?
Who are you cheering for?
Dickhead.
He's a IADH.
And you know what? Enough with...
No, go ahead.
Don't get wound up.
We like to pick on people.
This whole Rogers thing. Hey, Canada's team. They had that one, like one of their ads is about a loser putting on his face before a game. Give me a break.
Now we go live.
It takes me 2.5, 3 hours to get the paint on.
What a hero. What a hero.
Canadian.
He walks amongst us.
Canadian.
That fucking ginger loser.
You're not allowed to. Oh, we're on the internet.
We're on the
Does
internet.
I get suspended for that? No airplane jokes. Calm down over
You
there.
know that Jack Walker got suspended for calling a guy.
No, he got
Yes,
in trouble, but
slapped.
I don't think he got. Did he get
He
suspended?
got suspended.
Oh,
Did he
I
get
was
paid- Did he
there.
get paid leave? That's the good stuff.
I was there.
As long as he's paid, that's a win.
Not sure Walk should be talking about anybody's hair. That's what we saw yesterday.
That was unreal. Now you're all of a sudden glad I put that on the show.
How good is Gretzky? Like I can watch the video and go, "Oh, he should have done this."
In
Gretzky's
hindsight.
watching them going, "Oh, he's going to do this, or he should do this."
There's so much going on in a game, and for those few guys ever, they just see it.
It's still slow for he's
No, and they know where things are going. It's like, how?
Okay, well, we're gonna have to draw you out here. Chase me around the net, and I'll find someone back door. Oh, I'm the guy chasing him. Get back here, you son of a!
Okay, well, that's
There you have it.
opening statements.
That'll it.
Like we got to the Pinder Report and then the interview.
Let's get her going here.
Yeah.
Wind it up.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats to Benny on. He's got 12 playoff goal, new Florida Panther record.
It's in the Pinder Report.
Congrats to Benny.
I'm telling you, he's gonna get paid, man. Or he's gonna stay in Florida.
I asked Walks. I said, "Did you get?" No, I just got a talking to and a formal review.
Oh, sure.
Review.
How's the Oilers show today? The fucking worst.
Elote.
Time for the Pinder Report, brought to you by Village Honda. The new 2025 hybrid touring CRV. This thing is what you need for the Alberta winters, for the Alberta summers. Like yesterday. Oh, it's a nice day. All of a sudden, kaboom, blam.
Holy
Rain, wind,
what
hail.
a storm! Would that be good for a 16-year-old kid?
A CRV? Sure. Oh, I mean,
Pushing
that's would it be good? You're
Perfect.
doing some good living. If you're 16 and wheeling around in a CRV,
Good hands.
yeah,
That's
man.
it. Call me.
Take one for a rip at Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall and online at villagehonda.com. It's the Pinder Report.
Let's head over to FlamesNation.ca and see what's going on in the old
And the Pike Report brought to you by
Piker.
Curveball.
Mike Good.
Can you read that sub headline for me, Rhett?
What's that mean? The top?
Everything after the
Bye.
colon or the semicolon.
Time for Conroy to take advantage of the desperate Dallas Star.
Oh,
Is Jim Nill in a pickle?
they're out of cap space. They still got another.
You
couple
just told me
years
the
to
cap's
sign.
going up by a gajillion dollars.
Yeah, and they just signed Ranton into 12, so that eats up all the cap gains
So what?
plus. You can read it, but they are in a cap pickle here because they got some guys that need deals. They haven't extended Harley. They haven't extended
Much like
Robertson.
Pike, I don't trust Gould at all. So you go ahead.
They trust you. That's a shame you wouldn't
Mike.
be in the trust tree with them. We got to get Mike a new photo too. He just still looks like he's handed his locker in high school. There
It
with
Yeah,
is
his
we gotta-
little guy with his
very
headphones
much,
on.
yeah, end of the year.
Hey, guys.
You guys see what the Calgary Canucks did last week? All right, Mike. Try to get some studying done here.
It's not nice.
Guys, they're 3 for 5 on the power play. I don't know why he sounds like Mickey Mouse.
I love it when you do the Mickey. It's so good.
We're such nice people. We're so kind. And
We're old.
Coffee.
Or IADH, Dean.
thanks, Mike.
Love you, Mike. Great writing.
I'm intrigued to know
Brett
what
doesn't trust you.
Gould's take is.
We have to read. That's the
That's
tease.
Yeah,
I
you
am.
just
I
said
will
you
as
play
soon as
all
we're done
weekend
here.
when you're sitting at the ball diamond.
Maybe
Dean.
sooner.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is time for some pikes. I don't know what it
Oh, well, you never stop.
I saw this thumbnail and I just thought, this is awesome.
God love you, Pike.
Things that make you go, hmm.
God love you. What a guy.
Look at him. He's deep in thought there.
Let's use some words here. What are we describing here? He's flummoxed,
Yes.
contemplative,
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
and he is right.
10.5 minutes?
Yeah, he's
Holy.
thorough and
I thought
thorough.
that was longer than the show today we were going to do.
Nah,
I know.
Get away from us.
Started early
Beef,
too.
beef.
There
Still
are
in
a
the same
ton
spot.
of centers in round one. I don't know how many you're going to stick at center, but it's
Are there
most
any
of the
good
first round.
centers? Because Hanzik was a center.
I have bad news on Hanzik. Coming up later tonight, we will be doing Back Burner, our every other week prospect show. Pike, good.
Or what?
It's our bi-monthly or semi-weekly? Anyway, you call it what you want.
Bi-monthly?
Bi-weekly.
Semi-annually.
It's semi-monthly and bi-weekly.
Every once in a while, we're going to have
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much time till the draft.
Top 10 organizational prospects. Pike will present his top 10 list, Gold his, and myself as well. Our top 10 Flames prospects pre-draft.
Nice.
Sam
So what's the
Kirk's
bad
gonna be one.
news?
Hanzo. Yeah, I mean, when Hunter Brestevich has 12 points more than you and he's a defenseman.
I'll tumble for you.
Yeah, but he had such a good start. He was on the team, Dean.
He had a really good 2 weeks there.
Started on the team.
Made the team.
Made the club.
What time are we doing this tonight, Jack?
Our big mouths were talking, and he said, listen here, you losers.
Yeah, that's where we're
Just
trying to get him
watch
going
me.
again here.
Look at me. I'm an NHLer.
What time are we filming this?
7 p.m.
7
Live.
p.m.
9
live on
minutes.
YouTube's.
Live.
Live.
You're coming in here?
Yeah,
Next
we're
week's
coming
show.
here.
You don't live down here. You can't
I
be
don't.
spending
I
all
don't.
Oh, he's going
day
to
here.
hang out at the pub. He'll be all
Pinder's paying
pissed
for my
up.
gas.
The gas, I mean.
Is this thing bringing in a lot of dough? Is
So
that-
much.
Must be.
There was a game last night. We touched on
Still
it.
room for sponsors.
Just next.
Zip right through here. Final score 31-0. Leon, Sam Bennett. Okay, good.
Da-di-da.
Sean Monahan thought it was family photo day. He was wrong. His wife said, let's do it. Congrats to Sean. Nice to see
Probably could
Meredith
have gone
presented.
out with that so that I don't have
I was
to.
going to say that got me for sure.
So I don't have to sit here and sniff.
I'll say that, you know
It's all
what?
right.
And not even little perspective there.
Yep.
That's Meredith. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
And good on Monty. That's a long road back from a lot of injuries. And he's been obviously a huge part of them getting through this thing.
Awesome.
Congrats. Let's move along. Rockies, so good at baseball. Yeah. They might have had 41 wins.
And we love baseball.
Less.
Bat burner.
Bat burner. Suck it, Scotty Scheffler. You're now 3 back.
Crushing Scotty.
Since June 2nd. What have you been doing, dude?
Come on, buds.
It's the 5th.
No, they did tee it up today at
I like
TPC Toronto. I don't think Scheffler's in the field. He could fall way behind.
He really could. Rockies just taking Scotty to the woodshed.
Man, you could have made some money on that.
Yeah. Can we go right to the golf right now just because we mentioned it? It is the RBC Canadian Open at
Where's
TPC
that at?
Toronto,
TPC Toronto.
which I didn't know was a thing until a couple years ago. It's
didn't
hosting a
know
lot.
that was
Doesn't look great, but this is Mackenzie Hughes,
What do you
one of
mean
a
doesn't
bunch of
look great?
Canadians. Well, look at the weather.
Oh, it's been shit there all spring.
194.
I love golf. Really going to be good this
Because
year.
you're good at it.
It's
Oh,
Mackenzie Hughes is. That's an eagle, boys. It's better than a birdie, Dean.
It went right in the cup.
Yeah, that tiny little hole.
Is
Is
that
like
what they call it? Cup?
5-minute walk away.
didn't come.
Cup.
Hole.
Tin.
Cup. Sure. Yeah.
Somewhere down there.
Pretty impressive. And a final couple here
Okay.
for the dumb stuff. 2 days away from the home opener. Stampeders continue to roll out names of people that will be in attendance. Flutie, Cornish, Crandall, Singleton, Nick Lewis, Jermaine Copeland, Mark McLaughlin, family of Normie Kwong, all going to be there at the 80th birthday party. Saturday, 5 p.m. Big
Nice.
weekend for Calgary sports. You could literally do Surge Friday, Stamp Saturday, Cavalry Sunday, local sports triple header weekend.
Love it.
How good is that?
Love a 5 o'clock start.
Yes. And they're doing happy hour beers, I saw.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
East end zone. Oh.
Very nice.
You know you'll find Pinder.
I think I've got my kids at some sort of a birthday party Saturday. So
I think you should ditch them. You don't need. To
I
do
think
the
I
birthday.
should,
Whose
wake up
birthday
in a
party Is
dumpster.
it a birthday? Were you invited to the birthday, or were the kids invited?
No,
to
the kids,
birthday?
not
What the
me.
hell
I'm
you
gonna
want
go
to
to
be
the
there for? They're not 5 anymore. You can leave.
look at this good looking fella.
Look at them.
Hey Stamps fans, Doug Flutie here. So excited to be back in Calgary Saturday, June 7th for the Stamps home opener to celebrate 80 years of Stampeders football. We'll see you then. Go Stamps!
God, he was good.
He was.
Do you remember him as a Riders fan? You would have hated him.
I hated him.
Oh, he was good.
He was so good.
Under pressure. We got him
I
now.
didn't like him in
Zoop.
college either.
Really?
Remember what it was like when
geez.
the best player in the game played on your favorite team?
Yeah.
Those are good times.
Those are good days.
Trying
That's
to-
fun to be a fan.
It is.
When the best player's on your team, right?
Yeah, you relish those.
You'd probably be like high on your horse and pretty cocky, walking around, wearing your gear everywhere, rubbing it in everyone else's face,
Yeah,
being
you
a prick.
I wouldn't be
had
if
that
you
going
asked
on.
for it. I wouldn't be subtle.
Yeah.
No.
He's a beauty. Okay.
This is not going to be good. He's hesitating because he knows how bad it is.
I was thinking about this yesterday.
How do I segue to this? What have we got?
Well, I won't say it.
Do you know what the clip is?
Can't read my writing. This is hurting. Dude waking.
Dude
world.
traveling.
This is the walking dude. All we do is come in and bullshit about sports teams and be grumpy old men all day. This guy at least is walking around the world.
Right now, I'm walking from England to Vietnam, and this is the route that I've taken so far, and the route that I'm going to take. On the 16th of September 2024, I started walking from Stratford-upon-Avon to France, and then into Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany. I then headed into Austria, Hungary, Serbia, and Bulgaria. I'm now in Greece. I'm heading into Turkey tomorrow. It's going to take me about 2 months to cross Turkey, where I'll then head into Georgia, Azerbaijan, and then take a ferry to Kazakhstan. This is where I'll face logistical nightmares, going hundreds of kilometers without food and water. The long stretch of Uzbekistan, crossing over into Afghanistan, Pakistan, and then over India. Why am I doing this? To prove that normal people can do great things and to have the adventure of a lifetime. I'll then cross into Bangladesh, Myanmar, and down through Thailand. Navigating 40-degree heat and rainy season, I'll then cross into Cambodia, Vietnam, from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, where I'll finish my journey.
That's insane.
That's not around the world, you lazy prick. That's
Wow.
like it's not even a third.
It's 13,000 clicks. Is that what it was? Or
So what's the point of this?
I take my truck to get the mail.
to prove that ordinary guys could do great things, Red. It'd be like walking to Argentina from
So
here.
two things. He's walking, which isn't great. It's
You don't like
nothing.
walking?
We can walk.
Hate
Like,
walking.
I don't think the walking's
Dean
impressive.
walks.
It's the distance.
This guy's not it. And he'll be dead when he hits that Uzbekistan.
Yeah,
area.
Uzbekistan's gonna be a
he's
problem.
not going to live through that.
Yeah, they're like,
So
hey,
what's
there's no
the-
maps here, and I don't have food or water.
Oh.
It's only going to be 2
So
months
he
of
went
this.
for a walk and died.
Yeah.
Great.
There's some very bad people here.
Way to go.
Mike Gould. Mike.
Mike's like,
What was the other part? Was there something else?
No, I don't forget.
and finally, some guy went full jack
I
on
just
us.
don't like it when people try to one up you.
Yeah, they're really trying
Oh,
to.
you're walking. Hey, way
Look
to
at
go.
me. Get
So
a load
you
of
can't
me.
afford a flight? Cheap prick.
You want to ride?
What an inspiration.
I can give you a lift,
Yeah.
you loser. No, I'm going to walk to Kazakhstan. Fuck, go ahead.
I remember when Jack told us he did the 999 in 30 minutes.
Yes. Crushed it. Easy.
He's a loser. And this guy tried to do the first inning challenge. 6 outs in the first inning, right? 3 for each half. 6 hot dogs, 6 beers, 6 outs. Let's see how he does.
6 hot dogs, 6 beers, 6 outs. Fuck your 999 challenge. We're gonna get this done. 1 hot dog down. 1 hot dog down.
Yeah, it's looking good.
We're trying to do 6 beers, 6 hot dogs, 6 outs. This is a first inning challenge. Well,
You got to hustle here, right? Forward out of the gates, dunking it.
The 999 is so fucking easy, bro.
You need to
3 dogs down.
need a review of
4 beers in. Joe, I'm filming on your phone and a text just popped up from, it says, hottest Latina ever. It says, "Que haces hoy?"
That's so funny.
who's the guy?
Banter is offering $10 new user bonus.
All right, let's come on. Double play, and that's not going to help you.
Are you okay?
Are you?
I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
JoJo to fail up to minus 500.
No one's quitting. No one's fucking quitting.
All right, he needs to be
No.
5 beers, 5 dogs in.
Yeah.
JoJo fails the 6 beers, 6
Yeah, that
dogs,
sucks.
6 outs challenge.
Got to be quick.
So 2 losers back to back we've seen.
Well, that reminds us of Jack, who was a loser on Friday. It took him 3 hours to do what this guy did in about 20 minutes there.
I actually wonder though.
I
if
think I
that's-
could do that challenge.
I think that's almost
Just hang on. How many dogs did you eat last Friday over 3 hours?
5.
And you're thinking you can do 6 in 20
I don't
minutes?
think it matters. I think you can either get the volume in you, and whether it's 1 hour or 2 is irrelevant almost. It's a volume thing because you're not disposing of much in it, right? So if you can get it in you, it's just as easy to do it in an hour.
The quickest part of the 999 is the beginning. You could absolutely floor it. Jackson's sane if he thinks, oh, I got tapped out at 5 over 3 hours, but I'll do 6 in 20. What are you talking about?
It doesn't. It's
First
like 10
inning
minutes
would be
of
tough.
commitment.
You know what he is? He's Usain Bolt. He's a sprinter.
I'm a sprinter.
He's
I'm
not a long
marathon
distance runner.
guy.
Yeah, look at him.
Why didn't he sprint last Friday? If he's a sprinter.
I did
He
sprint
wasn't-
off.
it wasn't
Well,
a
then why'd you
sprint.
stop at 5? You said you can go to
I'm not
6.
a marathon guy.
That was a marathon.
You know what you are? You're
Well,
a quitter.
Yes, that's correct.
Jack, I think you could do it.
It's only one way to find out.
I think you could do it, Jack.
Get Casey on
I
the
was gonna
phone.
say, can we call
Go back to Greta.
any of those
It's all about
dogs?
baseball because Casey up to bat, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that thing?
Who's on first?
I don't know. What? Is that it?
That's it.
Pinder Report.
That's
Just losers at the end.
so. Do
Jack,
a walker.
The fat walker.
No, it's okay.
and
Listen,
the 666
I don't
guy.
mind it.
I was gonna say
661.
that's not nice to say. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh.
New in-stock inventory on the ground. Maybe you're looking for a CRV.
Go get one.
Maybe you want a Honda Accord. Hey, maybe a Ridgeline.
Mhm.
Village Honda. We'll be there in a week or so, a little over a week. Excited. Go and see the folks up at Village Honda. I think we should invite people too when we're going. Come on out.
To run it by the boss man, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's a friendly guy.
Very friendly guy.
Get me a vehicle when you're up there.
Village Honda. You not coming?
No. Wasn't invited.
Right.
Jack? you?
Always invited.
Okay.
This could be an off-air conversation, and I don't care if we have it today, and maybe I don't care if we have it ever, but we're going to have to make some sort of plans for the inevitable,
Yeah, bat burner.
right? Like this.
Jack, can you get us that T20 cricket coach?
Like, that's
Well, you know what? When you're stressed out, you eat chips.
No,
and
I know,
dip,
I
right?
know.
Like, at least we could do something like that.
I'm more the inevitable. Like, is there any party that's like, well, Florida will be better? They were down 2-0 to Toronto.
I don't have any belief that the Panthers are pulling this one out.
Really.
0? On a scale of 100, you're 100 to 0. You're not
The
80,
gods
20.
have been involved in this for too long, and for some reason, the gods like Edmonton because the gods gave Edmonton Gretzky and Messier and Curry and whoever the else, and Ryan Smith.
Right.
And then, of course, the gods
Yakupov.
decided that. So
Won
you know what
4
it
lotteries in
is?
7 years,
It's
yeah.
the fans. They're making the right sacrifices. Flames fans, you're not doing enough.
I talked to a guy that killed a chicken yesterday trying to help, and he's really happy after 40, but I don't know. You got to go back to the drawing board?
Yeah, that was me. It was a bucket of chicken, but I killed it.
Many
So
chicken.
good.
Good.
Plural.
Yeah.
Good sacrifice.
Not sure it had quite the effect I was looking for. I guess they, in that respect, it's a live chicken you're supposed to kill. I just heard kill.
At some point.
I just heard kill a chicken, so I had a family
Dropped it off at the Clock Cleaver.
Yeah.
And
family bucket.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I
can't carry on like this. Like if we
I've
could go
kinda-
sit on the street or something just to, because maybe the sun would make us, we get some vitamin D at least. I don't know.
I'm kind of with you. At 3-1, I was more surprised. Well, why Florida? And then when it was 3-2, a minute 17 later, it's like, well, yeah, they are going to score enough goals.
Now, that said, we were all anticipating and preparing ourselves for the Toronto Maple Leafs to be in round 3.
We don't have to prepare ourselves for what I don't think is going to happen, and that being the Panthers coming on and taking this series. We don't need to prep for that.
We'd be happy to be surprised.
We'll just be part of it.
Yeah, okay.
We'll just, right?
Yeah.
It's
Is there anything we can do to help?
we
at
have
this
to
point?
prepare for the downside. The apocalypse is coming. Maybe we could get AI involved and they could
I think-
shut some stuff down.
Jack, are there any meteors near Earth that are coming in the next 2
That
weeks?
hippo tank would just probably, it's got rocket ships and just take off. Right?
Countermeasures.
Face maneuvers.
Yeah.
We're taking this building full of 20,000 grown men with face paint and
the
getting
light?
out outer space.
Is it going?
No, it's the camera.
Oh, it's out of
That's
focus.
it's the exposure. I think as
Well,
you
that's stupid.
Is it doing its little fadey any outy thing again?
yeah,
Oh,
kind
that's
of out of
right.
nowhere
I am.
for no reason.
That means it's time to wrap the show.
Because you started talking about asteroids and
Yeah,
the Earth ending.
thanks, Matt.
Apparently, there's a dog whistle they can call extraterrestrials with.
Right. We could use them to intervene in this series at any moment. ET wants to get out there and drop the puck. I'm okay with this.
I hate dogs.
Bet365. Game props, player props, totals, the money line. You can bet on futures like series winners, the Stanley Cup champions, Conn Smythe, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on the game, official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You must be 19 or older.
Bat burner. Let's get to the Jays and the Phillies. What are you laughing at?
I don't recall this. Sorry, do you want to do this first?
Well, let's see order
I
here.
just
I'll
got
do
an email. Hey, Retro, a while ago, you showed interest in one of our off-grid, self-reliant communities. This is the calling to get away from this. Is
You
the
need
answer.
to get off the internet.
See, the hockey gods have decided
He's got
to give,
too much spare time.
This is my out.
The rabbit holes he can
This
go.
is my out. I don't have to deal with this. This is what you can all come along. We'll get into the bubble thing. We won't know what's going on in the
I
world.
saw that on The Simpsons. I don't think it worked out.
No,
No.
it's all timing. Like I just brought up, we have to prepare for the apocalypse. Boom. I've got a spot.
Yeah.
Hit the like, buddies.
What do you think? What do you think his average
Look at a dog whistle.
hours on that phone is these days?
Rabbit hole hours, huge. Is like rabbit hole minutes per 60 has got to be.
Shut up.
Nerd. Beat
Gotta
it,
do
nerd.
something to film
Ryan,
it.
tell us about Bet365.
Chris Bassett has
So
gone
good.
6 strikeouts or more in 4 of his last 5 starts, plus 135 for 6.
Kirk's not doing it today. He did it yesterday. and he bet on-
Alejandro. 2 total bases. Doesn't have to walk him off. Just slap a double, which is basically
Feels
a
like
triple.
you're chasing.
Slap it a double.
Slap it a double. It's the rubber match. They've split the 2-game set.
If anyone wants to join me in the desert and hide out from
There's not a lot of water in the desert.
cultural capital.
Why do you call it desert?
Desert.
You call it desert,
Sorry. You say Saturday. We all have these little things.
I guess.
That one drives you nuts. Yours drives me nuts.
Does
It's
it?
okay.
Saturday?
Saturday. There's an R in there.
Saturday.
See what I mean?
I got to stretch.
Say it
I
again.
don't hear. What do you say? Weird.
Desert.
Desert.
He
Desert.
just stops on the. He doesn't finish it. Yeah.
No, he throws a D in.
Anyway.
Anyway,
used to get mad when I say Roy Holiday wrong. It's Holiday. Oops, sorry. Like
I did?
no people.
Oh.
Just Jays fans. Like A, rest in peace, Roy Holiday. And B, like that was one of the goats of the franchise.
That's right.
Screaming on the text. It's not Holiday, it's Holiday. Like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I've ruined your day.
This world we're in.
Yeah. We're all perfect, except the times we're not.
Drysidles and language police.
Pucks over the glass penalties.
Bet365, official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs, must be 19 or older.
Hippo tanks, sweat hogs, moss pit fights.
What's wrong with Jack? He looks out of sorts.
Yeah, what's up, Jack? You all right?
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's still
Super chat. Little money for the Youth Centers of Calgary today.
The Utes.
We already played the top one. This from Noah, 699. This is only for Boom. Love your Retro and Pinder, but Boom will love this joke. What do you call a joke with no punchline?
Right?
I don't know.
Jack?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm dumb.
This is it.
That's the joke.
It's called a.
Is he calling us a joke?
No.
I don't get it.
We'll give you the horns again. We'll do another.
We can move on.
Thank you, Noah.
Call Beard Science. Talk pie.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, his wife's pie.
He's not a
is
big
something
talker,
special.
though.
No, he
we
isn't.
don't have to,
Right?
but
Like, that's the only thing.
talk to her.
You know what he is? He's the guy you want laughing off mic. He's the guy in the corner of the room there.
Yeah. Jack's pretty good.
It's
Jack's
more
very
about
good, but
his
I'm just
wife's
saying, like,
pie
the
than
character
it
he'd
is
play.
about
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, you've not brought much of your wife's baking to the studio, Jack.
No.
Flapper pie we used to get.
Hmm.
And this one isn't a super chat, but I'll throw it in just cuz. Freebie today. Listening late, you lads won't believe this. Beef was at my wedding, had to bring a bottle of HP and have it at his table for the reception. What a guy.
No.
Dude. Oh,
There's
that's
only
great.
one.
That's great.
Yep, there's only one.
The crimes committed against beef.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This will make you feel better. Good people. Stamps open up their season on the weekend.
Oh, you got a Calgary summer of sports.
Yeah, man.
Gorgeous
Sky.
out.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Your crystal clear choice. It'll be hot this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Perfect.
weird. I'm just gonna get you an
AC,
update here.
get on it. If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about it, you'll use it. You'll never regret it. 10% off a new air conditioner, 1 year of free preventative maintenance, and just whatever it is that's going on in your home. You can be ahead of it, be preventative, and get Crystal Waters in. But if something goes sideways and you're in trouble, it's the first and only call you make. 403-219-4100. Check them out at crystalclearcalgary.com. Why are you smirking? What's up?
I'm just reading more of the email.
I was going to say he's going to his wilderness community.
You've shown interest. Did I? Oh,
what?
Right.
Well, looking at this further, this does sound like something I would do.
This is called fishing,
This
and
is
they're
on
about
brand.
to take your credit card.
Yeah,
number.
this is on brand.
I got a food truck. Street tacos.
Very quickly at the wire. We'll double back. Jonathan Leader, $10. Where did Frank the Tank go? I never see him on anymore. Frank Saravalli.
Ever since we started doing the Franck stuff, I don't know, Jack.
I don't know.
Was he offended by Franck? We had Franck on that time. Deadline.
Yeah, I don't think he came on after that.
He hates Pinder, so he's not.
Yeah.
We all hate
him.
To the point, he quit the company.
All right.
Is that right?
Or that.
Yep.
So he's still working. He's doing the show every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's definitely still employed by the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a quitter too.
No one likes a quitter.
Jack.
Jeez, we're bringing some money
Yeah,
in
we're
here
getting some
late.
money in late here.
Boom, I tend to see you in public a lot. Can I bear hug you?
Yep.
Always,
He likes that a lot.
every time.
Provided the headbutt you get on the bridge of your nose immediately after is
Acceptable.
yeah. If
That's
you're
fair trade.
it's a give and take society.
Hey,
The way
if
I
you're at
see it.
Costco, get me some sock tape.
The astrophysicist gave you a hug that first time we had that event out.
That's
Hey?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said I was very tense. He could feel it. It's like, ooh, this isn't good. You're very stressed.
Oh no.
You're gonna have a heart attack.
Big problems here.
Yeah. It's a good chance.
I've known this for
Good
years.
chance of all of that happening. All right. Stampeders, Hamilton Ticats, Saturday, 5 p.m., 80th birthday party. The longtime and hugely respected GM and head coach is Dave Dickinson. And somehow, I'm not sure. It's also this man's 17th in 9 as head coach, 3rd as GM, 3rd in franchise history. Holy Dave Dickinson.
It's a lot of football.
I mean,
Oof.
been doing this a while now. Good to see you. How you been?
Well, listen, we're all pretty excited over here. So excited for the season. Like you said, sometimes when you have been in that same spot and in the same league for a while, I think change helps. You know, we have a lot of change in our organization, and I believe everyone's excited to get this year going.
Yeah, you know, and we'll get into that. we talk in sports as far as athletes. You want to be a one jersey or a one team. Maybe there's some pride. Do you kind of feel that? Although, I mean, as a player, you obviously played elsewhere, but now you're so linked to the Stamps now. You've been the coach and the GM. Is there pride in that as well, or it's tougher in coaching, of course?
No, I mean, I preach loyalty, and there's not a lot of it in sports anymore, and essentially I'm trying to preach that, and I feel like I've lived that, but very appreciative for my opportunities, and I'd like to stay here as long as they'll have me. I want to win though. So like the bottom line is you work this hard, you put in this much time, make it count.
Well, the thing about the Stampeders is I still think that there's such a measuring stick. You guys are the bar by which a lot of teams kind of measure, and or at least it was. And last year, big disappointment, 5-12-1, missed the playoffs for the first time in 20 years. And you always hear teams, it's unacceptable. We're not going to be making changes. Well, you guys, like, talk is not cheap. You made sweeping changes. Coaching rooms are different. Your QB room has been overhauled completely. Your starters are going to be, you need to buy a program on Saturday. Let's say that. So the changes have been made. How do you feel heading into week one compared to a year ago, knowing that you've made all these changes, obviously with the hope of being better?
Yeah. So I think change does, brings energy, but it does bring stress as well, because when you're used to each other and you know what to expect, and you've already established the standard, all those things, it's a little bit easier when you have veterans and you have the same group. But I like what our coaching staff has done. Yeah, we have 8 of the 10 guys basically in different spots. So it definitely has been a different training camp. But I feel a different energy as well. And I think the players have responded to it. I'm now able to, not have a program, but early in camp, I was really checking my roster out as well. I mean, I'm not sure we're going to have 12 new starters on defense, but we could. That's crazy talk. You just don't do that. Yeah. But we did bring in some real good CFL vets. We will have, with Flo showing up here, Derek Moncrief, Damon Webb, Miles Brown. We have some really good CFL players. In fact, I do feel like we still have that veteran presence in the room. They just haven't been with us necessarily the previous year, but that could be good because, like you said, it wasn't our year. We didn't play to our standards, so we needed to change.
I'm totally with you on the energy thing. You bring a whole lot of new people. They're going to be excited to play the first game for the Stamps, and it means guys are fighting for where they are in the pecking order and what position's mine. The flip side is that probably comes with a bit of trepidation about how's this all going to come together. So how does it feel after training camp, and how was training camp at sort of building your confidence in this new group?
So definitely the trepidation is there for me because I don't necessarily feel like we can just have a lot of time to gel. We know what the situation was last year. I was part of that. So, I feel like we do need to start fairly fast, and we need to show improvement each and every game, and we need to win some games. So it's not like we're sitting here on a total rebuild and we're all comfortable in our seats. We know we got to get going. We got to win games. So I do like the energy. I do like the camaraderie. I do think the guys are a tough physical group with a lot of talent. I do think we will push people, and they'll know they played the Calgary Stampeders. But are we going to step up and rise up in prime time? Are we going to do the right things to win games? That was what we didn't do in the past. Let's see what this group does.
Is it the same ingredients to bake the cake if you're trying to have a winning CFL team in 2025? You've been doing this for so long now. I don't mean to make it sound old. I'm older than you are. You're older than me. Anyway, it's not about that. I just want, suddenly maybe this aspect is more important, or we need more veterans or youth or speed. We want athletes and good people. We know all that, but is it maybe a little bit different now than maybe even 10 years ago?
Maybe. I'm going to tell you what, you win and lose a lot of times with your quarterback play. I mean, I would consider it like in hockey with the goalies. You can get by. If you've got the best players on the ice and you just got a solid goalie, you'll get by and you'll win a lot of games. But we feel like for us, our quarterback room, we've got to make sure we're at one of the top in the league. We want to make people try to defend the entire field. We want to use our feet more. We want to be a dual threat quarterback. And we've got lots of guys in the room that we think can do that now. And now we just got to make sure the two things I think you win and lose football games is turnovers. We call it own the ball. we get more than them, we're going to win a lot of games. And then penalties. It's, can we keep our poise? Can we play a rough, tough game without necessarily taking dumb penalties? We do those two things. I think we have enough talent in the room. I know we've got guys that are all in. I do believe we'll win a lot of football games.
So tell us about the Vernon Adams acquisition. How did it come to be? We obviously see Rourke show up there, and you're like, okay, how many chefs do they need in the kitchen? They also go over the cap that gets you another pick. Thank you, BC. But, how long have you been trying to acquire, and what have you seen since he's gotten into town?
We knew we were making a change at quarterback. So that was going to be an obvious thing there. We wanted it to be VA. We weren't exactly sure. BC still had the cards. They could have traded them to anybody, really. So we thought we made a pretty good deal. We didn't even give up a first rounder for a guy that I think was potentially midway through the season the lead horse for them. I've liked Vernon for a long time. I've wanted to work with him. When he's going, he's right up there with anybody. He can run, he can pass, he's tough, he's crafty, he has energy, he has leadership. Guys gravitate towards him. And when he's going, I believe he's as good as anybody. The one thing that gets him sometimes by running, and he's not the biggest guys, are injuries. And then once you're not maybe as mobile, you're not running and take that away from your game. Sometimes his games, his production has dropped a bit. So he's excited to be here. We got him, and then we really felt good with the PJ Walker deal we made last year as well. We think that was a heck of a trade with Toronto. I think I've got myself a guy that could easily be a starter in our league and a damn good starter. So the difference with our quarterback room this year is I just feel we're more athletic. We can push the ball down the field more, and I just believe ultimately we'll be a better team.
That's going to be probably the most noticeable change, won't it? Just the quarterback dictates just how the offense looks and how the offense plays. And I just think for fans that show up on Saturday, or maybe they get to a few games a year, that's going to be, we're not going to shovel dirt on anybody that was here before, but he's a dynamic playmaker. And that's just, there's a real potential for some excitement there.
Yeah. And I think, he's a little bit of a riverboat gambler. I mean, he's okay with taking chances. Bo Levi, the guy we'll be playing against, is certainly right in that category. So, sometimes with Bo, I remember he'd make a throw and I'd be like, oh, and then it was so perfect. We still completed it into two guys covering. And I'd be like, yeah, Bo, that was a hell of a throw. I think Vernon's got some of the same attributes. I mean, he does gamble. Like I said, we still want to own that ball, but I don't think that he's going to be as scared to take his chances down the field. And we brought in a bunch of size, a bunch of physicality at receiver. That seems to be the guys that have worked best with him because he will take those chances. And he has clicked in his one preseason game. He looked really good.
Yeah, let's talk about the receivers. I knew Damian Alford, first overall pick, 6'6". When you lay eyes on this guy and he shows up and puts on the red and white and he's got the horse on the helmet, and 6'6" at the receiver spot that's almost a unicorn for the CFL.
Yeah. He's the worst part on him is he pulled his hamstring a couple weeks ago, so he hasn't really been going the last 2 weeks. Now he is starting to practice. He's the one that hamstrings are dicey too, because if you get him in there a little sooner and they really, really go, now you're looking at months. But he's 6'6" and runs well. But we still have we signed Dominic Rhymes. He's 6'4.5". Tevin Jones 6'2". Really, to be honest, we don't have any receivers under 6 foot that aren't basically strong. Jalen Philpott's probably the smallest guy, and he's one of our most dynamic playmaker type of guys. So can we stretch the ball down the field? Can we push the ball vertical? But also go ahead and try to tackle us after we catch the ball. Go ahead and when we throw our wide receiver screens or our running back screens, these guys are big men that can block you. And so that's got to be the strength of our team. And for us to win, they got to play well.
For fans, they'll be very excited to see some familiar faces and some old faces for the 80th birthday party on the weekend. Doug Flutie's coming back. I remember being a kid watching Doug Flutie, and obviously yourself, Henry Burris. There's a long line of Hall of Fame quarterbacks that passed through. Also, more recently, Alex Singleton. He's going to be back. It's a really nice name of guys coming back, but you're the coach, and this is game one with the new group. Are you going to find some time to shake some hands and maybe tip a beer or two, or is it just all business here?
No, I'm kind of a bit of a loser on the drinking, so I don't really do it. I found it's the easiest way for me to cut calories is not to drink. So, no, I know Doug's going to be in the day before the game. Him and Huff are playing some golf together with Jay McNeil. And so he needed a set of clubs. So he hit me up. So that was cool. I talked to Alex. Alex to me really does a lot of things that went well in his career. Part of it is obviously him. He's just a great player, but there is something to be said for, buying into the CFL, coming up here, embracing his Canadian nationality, even though he's never really lived in Canada, and just basically using the CFL to take his game to a new level and have great success in the NFL. And he's been an ambassador for our city. But a couple other guys, Nick Lewis and Jermaine Copeland. I haven't seen Jermaine Copeland in a long time. I'm excited for those guys. Mark McLaughlin's going to be here from the 98 team that I was on. I held the game-winning field goal on that. Haven't seen Mark in a long time. We see Cornish, and Marcus Crandall will be in as well. So there's just a really, really good group. The 71 team and the 48 team, I think we're trying to get some guys that more, unfortunately, like Suns. It's harder to have as many guys as a long time ago. Now, those guys are old, by the way. You'd say I'm old. Those guys are old. But thinking back, I think Wayne Harris, John Helton were on that 71 team, some great players. Herm Harrison has passed, but he was the guy that, in my mind, I think is that generation. 48, you got me. I don't know. Maybe Sugarfoot. Maybe Sugarfoot would have been the best player on that team. I don't know, but certainly a lot of tradition and a lot of things that I like.
Singleton, I was just going to say, if Singleton, he's still got the long hair. Can we throw some pads on him? Maybe sneak him in there with all the changes you made on the defensive
Not cleared
side.
yet. Last year, he blew his ACL in the first game, and he's played the whole game and had like 12 tackles. And he's cleared next week to go to be Alex Singleton, which is awesome.
Yes.
But yes, he still has the hair, from what I understand. And I haven't seen him in a while either. Like I think it's been like 2019 since he came up last, where we did our Grey Cup banner after 2018. So it'd be good to see Alex.
I was just before we move off from that, you talk about characters. I mean, I can only imagine to be the coach and you go into that locker room sometimes and, guys are yipping and hollering. There's nothing. It's not a hockey room. It's not a baseball clubhouse.
Bodies.
There is nothing like a football locker room. And I just think of Nick Lewis, one of a kind. Jermaine Copeland, he's just one of my favorite guys among all those personalities. He was like great on the field, and just so Stamps have had some amazing characters go through those doors.
Yeah, I definitely was not one of them. Like I was, it was weird because I was like all business. Like even if we won, I was already thinking about the next game. I should just sometimes just slow down and enjoy it. You even saw after our preseason, our guys, everybody had their cowboy hats. The thing about it is sports is too tough to just go out there and play. You need to win. So you're talking characters, but these guys always won. I mean, they showed up. Nick, honestly, Lewis to me is one of the guys. I mean, he laid it on the line. Him and like Charleston Hughes. I just remember body types. They don't look like they're strong, muscular, this type of stuff. But they just laid it on the line over and over and over, and did the right things. And we miss him, and he's got a lot of things going on. I think Nick's probably, if you see him at the game, he fits into more of the O-line category right now. He's definitely not the receiver body type, but I haven't seen Cope. Rambo. I thought that group of receivers, I haven't seen Rambo Kenyon for a lot of years. Another character that I really believe is one of the super people of the world. So fun to get back together with the old friends.
We all remember the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I was in the locker room post game one time, and of course, Nick didn't get the ball as much as Nick thought he should have gotten the ball.
Which
that
is
game.
A lot, yeah.
And all he said was, you know. His answer to every question was, you know.
He's a good teammate, though, to be honest.
Oh, he
I
was.
know what great receiver doesn't have a little bit of that in him?
Yeah, you want it, right? The greats want the ball. Yeah.
You're out there for 60 plays and you might touch the ball 7 times if you have a good game, 70 times. I mean, and if you only get 2 chances or something like that, it's probably really something that you feel. But Nick made impacts in lots of other ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
and his blocking reel is just the murder. Like you put by stars if you watch his blocks.
Yeah. There's film of Nick Lewis running a route, pointing to tell the quarterback where to throw it. And it's not him. I'm serious. He's telling the quarterback, don't throw it to me. Throw it to the guy that's going to be open. He understood coverages as well as anybody.
What were your interactions with Flutie like coming up into the league? Obviously, he's a star. When the CFL at that time, like you saw the Argos outbid the NFL for Rocket Ishmael. Like weird things were happening. He was a part of some really high profile teams here in Toronto, and then you guys shared a locker room in San Diego together when you were both with the Chargers when you left the CFL for a bit. Like, what's your relationship like with Doug, and how was it at the beginning?
So at the very beginning, not to be too rude, but Doug went to Toronto. I was on Toronto's neg list. They traded for me, and I was kind of undersized white guy, maybe shorter guy. I definitely didn't have the same skill set as Doug, but if people were like kind of trying to like compare just because of size. And I don't have his game. I mean, the guy's amazing, one of the great athletes, but also true competitors. Didn't really get to know him that well until San Diego, but spent a year and a half. Him spending it with Doug, Drew Brees, and myself. It's just a really good group because we're all built. We're not big men, and yet I would put competitiveness up against anybody. But really stayed in touch with Doug. He's really the guy that I look up to. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this. He ran the Boston Marathon a couple years ago. I think he's he's approaching 60. Yeah. And Doug doesn't run marathons. He just does it because he's part of that community. And I told him I saw the finish line, and look, he made it, but he was hurting. And he says, sometimes I just do things to prove I can do them. And that's Doug Flutie in a nutshell to me. He's, anything he does, he's just going to obviously compete and be the best version of himself. And pretty humble guy. I think for all the success he's had, he's a pretty humble guy. He just enjoys being in the moment, and always really had a good time being a part of teams that he was part of.
Yeah, I might pick up some garbage and throw it in the trash if I'm walking down the sidewalk. That's me giving back to my community. Yeah. Doug's running marathons. It's a little different.
Well, he is New England now. He finished his career with the Patriots. I mean, he's ingrained in that community big time.
Yeah. We don't need to get back into this year's team, but I just think you know what? You put it out there. I started the conversation by saying a lot of teams can, we're not going to stand for this, and it's not acceptable, and our logo, we're better than that. I mean, you made some tough calls. There were some, I just know some of the players that were traded or let go, and some of the coaches that left, they've been here a long time. That's putting the team first, and that's not easy to do. That had to have been, in a lot of ways, and I'm guessing for a lot of those guys, very hard for you.
Yeah, so essentially, I feel like all of us, everybody was kind of let go, and new organization went a different direction. They just hired me as a new head coach because there's no people here that were really around. Even we did a difference in the front office, and we made changes everywhere. And I feel very fortunate that they felt that I was capable to lead a new group of men and a new group of coaches. I think obviously I have a track record. I know I can do it, and I'm excited to give it an opportunity. But it does feel like, it's brand new. It's just, I'm just in the same city. It's a new head coach, but it's not because I'm in the same city. But this organization made change, and they just said, you lead it and find the right people to make those changes. And I've actually changed. I'm doing more on the defensive side of the ball. I'm trying to be more involved in other areas as well as in scouting and finding things. A tough decision, Jay. You let good football players go. You let good coaches go. And you just understand that that's the reality of what happens in sports. Is sometimes you just need people in a different city. You need to try to get different personalities. You got to also give people different opportunities. But the goal is still the same: is to play good, solid football, generate buzz, gel for the Grey Cup. Our organization as a whole, I believe, has taken a lot of positive steps. The turf has been great. The turf here was an issue, and the guys are responding. We put in a new weight room. We put in a new players lounge. We've got the Flames catering has taken over our food orders over here, and it just feels like the guys want to be here. And unfortunately, sometimes at the end of careers, when it's not going well, guys we're turning a little bit on the bitter pill type of stage, and it just had to be done. And I feel very fortunate that they're willing to give me this chance. And I also I'm appreciative, but I'm ready to go. I think this is going to be one of those years that could be very exciting, but also it could be so much fun because everybody's new, fresh, and we're excited to see what we can do.
Well, they say being uncomfortable is a good thing, right?
Stuff out of the comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I've played so many years. I got this one chair at my house, and every other. That's the only place my back feels right. So
that's what they say. I don't know if I subscribe to it. I love being comfortable. There's nothing better.
I mean, if that chair, if it's taken by somebody else, I'm not in a good mood.
Yeah, not good. We'll let you get out of here. I know you got stuff to do. But we played the clip, and I think it's great for team bonding. Sometimes these things, it's not hard to do. But they brought the Huff burgers out after practice the one day. The guys are diving. Whoa, yeah, man, this is great. They're so happy. Dickinson's not having one of those. Are you still a non-burger eater?
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat them. I don't like them that much. I'm really weird. Like you said, I don't drink it. Now chicken burger would have probably gotten eaten, but I don't know why. Yeah, my dad claims I'm still. I don't know. I don't like watermelon. That's the thing. My dad. He's coming up for the game. He's 85.
No way.
And, oh yeah, him and my mom. And then, but I remember as a kid, he'd just say, "You're one of one. No kid doesn't like watermelon." I still don't like it. So.
Goodness gracious.
I frustrate a lot of people with my eating habits.
Well, you know what? You just don't coach in Saskatchewan and you'll be just fine.
That's perfect. Yeah. We don't like watermelons either some weeks.
maybe there was something into that. I never liked watermelon. So, hey, I've never liked the Riders. So there you go.
There you go. Dave, congrats. Truly, huge respect for the changes and putting it out there and getting it done. Best of luck this weekend. Big game coming up. Best of luck this season. You're just one of my favorite guys. Appreciate your time as always.
Thanks for having me on. We'll do it again.
Thanks.
All right, cheers.